Radio.com internet.
Colt Brennan, the completion to Ross Dickerson, tackled by Treston George. Ross Dickerson, a junior from Honolulu, went to St. Louis High School there, where he was a two-time first-team All-State, third on their team in receptions with 25. Colt Brennan, well, they tried to lure away. Colt Brennan initially went to the University of Colorado, and he got into some legal problems. Last spring, he actually served 7 days in jail for a dormitory incident. So he wanted to get far away after going to Saddleback Community College. He wanted to go to the islands, but in between, San Jose State pushed hard, tried to offer him a scholarship to come here. And here's Brennan now with a receiver open and an interception. Treston George got back in time, and he takes it away. He has already scored 5 touchdowns in his San Jose State career. There's likely a hold or some kind of a illegal block on the return, but what a recovery by Treston George, Mike. He was beaten on the play initially, but the ball hung up a little bit.
Yeah, the ball a little bit underthrown, but Treston George able to make up the ground while that ball was in the air. Doing a nice job.
There was a fumble at the end.
There was a fumble at the end of the play here. Hold on, Hawaii got the ball back.
Yeah, he fumbled the ball right at the end.
Now the flag should be on the return, and if it's a fumble, Hawaii's got the ball back.
Holding, defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down, Hawaii.
So Treston George take it, and Treston George give it right back. He made a nice interception, but fumbled the ball before he hit the ground.
Yeah, interception for a turnover, then a fumble back by San Jose State, and it's a 7-yard offensive pickup for Hawaii when it's all netted out. See, George, nice job going to get that football. And again, remember, this guy's a kick returner. He scored touchdowns on the ground as a running back, scored receiving, and right there in the end, you see him fumble that football out, ran into his own man and fumbled it out.
And also Mario Cox, the running back, got in and ripped that ball out. Nicole was talking about yards after catch, but the Hawaii receivers, they were looking to run him down after the interception. Very impressive. Ilaoa on the run, and tackled by Costello. And that will be the end of the first quarter of play. Overall, San Jose State played pretty well, but a couple of costly fumbles. One on the Hawaii 1-yard line. Otherwise, they would have the lead. And a moment ago, they had a turnover, but just for a moment, as they fumbled it right back.
The top 5 reasons you can't blame Mitch Williams for the Phillies losing the '93 World Series. Did death threats wear on the Wild thing?
That's got to affect you. I don't care who you are.
Were the Jays just too good?
He was facing the best team in baseball.
And was one man destined for glory?
You got to blame Joe Carter. He could have swung and missed. He didn't.
The top 5 reasons you can't blame Mitch Williams for the Phillies losing the '93 World Series. 9 p.m. Tuesday on ESPN Classic.
Football season is back. Gear up for the gridiron with your favorite NFL and college football apparel at ESPNshop.com. You want it? We've got it. From clothes to cleats and everything in between. So as you get ready for the new season, gear up at ESPNshop.com or call 1-800-762-1701 for a free catalog.
Please rise for our couple's first dance as husband and wife.
A great sportscaster once promised to tell it like it is. Not quite. Because first you have to tell it like it was. Every weeknight, Classic Now will take breaking sports news and give it to you with the deep perspective and backstory from yesterday to today and back. All in one show. I'm Josh Elliott. Join me for Classic Now, where the past is always present.
7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
But I'm sure they would have loved to have Colt Brennan leading their team under center.
Colt Brennan threw for 121 yards in that first quarter. Mike, he was 10 of 13. Did throw a interception, but it wasn't for very long. Ilaoa on the inside handoff. Hawaii rushing for over 40 yards now. They had 39 yards rushing in the opening quarter as they outgained San Jose State 160 to 129 yards. Nate Ilaoa actually went to high school in Stanford, Virginia, but he was born in Oakland. And he went to North Stanford High School, where he played both wide receiver and running back. A perfect combination of play in this run and shoot offense to have great pass receiving skills, Mike, out of the backfield.
Yeah, multifaceted. That gives you just every other option with your guy back there. If he can catch and he can run routes, now you really add a dimension to that offense that you don't have with a guy that can just run with no hands or a guy that can only block.
1st and 10 for Colt Brennan. Slings it out there. Caught by Bryce Mullen inside the San Jose State 35-yard line. Tripped up by cornerback Christopher Vetter. Actually, the catch was made by Devon Best, not Bryce Mullen.
And Vetter actually slipped on this play. He was just getting back up, or that would have been a very big collision. Nice job making the tackle, but a good ball by Brennan. Nice catch by Best. That's what this run and shoot offense does. You know, you have to think about it as a chess game. You just put guys in different positions and let your quarterback make his reads. He's going to find somebody open because there's a lot of people in the route. You just have to have the time to do it. And that Hawaii offensive line doing a nice job of giving Brennan time right now.
Well, I've been impressed on how the wide receivers have taken to this type of offense so quickly. These are mostly freshmen. Brennan being chased by Anthony Flores, and he will be chased out by Flores out of bounds. Flores, a JC transfer from Cerritos College. And he played last year with the Spartans on the defensive line and now starts at D tackle trying to chase down Colt Brennan. But yeah, Hawaii is known for their passing proficiency. Timmy Chang, in fact, his 4 years in Honolulu, broke the NCAA career passing record held by Ty Detmer, throwing for over 17,000 yards. And you got a new quarterback now and essentially all new wide receivers, Mike. But they picked up the concepts of the run and shoot midway through this first year.
Yeah, and again, June Jones said they're all still kind of learning on the run, but they're getting a good feel for it. I think you limited the package early, and now you're seeing them start to open it up. More runs, more screens, stuff like this.
Ilaoa with a nice block out there by Sampson. And he's inside the 20 and dropped it around the 15-yard line. Bobby Godinez on the tackle, but a flag is down in the offensive backfield. Roughing the quarterback,
Roughing
I think.
The passer, helmet contact. The penalty is half the distance from the end of the run. First down.
So not a late hit, but the helmet-to-helmet contact is what the officials are calling.
They brought pressure. And there's the hit right there, and you see him.
But how do you pull off of that? That's my problem with it. You know, and I played quarterback. As long as the guy's not directly spearing you, you know, I just think you have to let him be aggressive. It's Demetrius Chapman who got called for it. And all he's doing is trying to make a tackle, hit the quarterback, let him know that they're still there. Safety's important.
What they're most concerned about in that situation is the dropping of the helmet and going with the crown into the face mask. 1st and goal for the Hawaii Rainbows from the San Jose State 8-yard line. We're a minute and a half into the second quarter. Rainbows already lead 10-7, and there was movement in the interior line here. This will be a false start, and they'll drop back 5 yards.
Before the ball was snapped, false start. Number 7 offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Well, the thing about it, you're taught to hit with your head up, and if you're trying to hit a quarterback in the chest and wrap him up, your face mask is going to drop because you're going to put it in his chest. So it may look like he's trying to go helmet to helmet on the QB, but he's trying to get a good stick that face mask in his chest. It just, and I know that safety is important, so it's an in-between call, but football is a physical game, and you have to let guys be physical to play it.
And that's the way you played the quarterback position. In fact, Coach Tomey was very impressed going back to your days as a youngster at Cal, how you went down and covered the kickoffs. That's a touchdown in the corner of the end zone. They go right to Devon Best. Little pitch and catch. Colt Brennan, an easy throw there as they beat Jones on the play, and it's a touchdown for Hawaii to go up 16, going on 17-7.
Well, he certainly makes it look easy. You see him come up and make his read. It's just a 2-level route. There's a quick out underneath, and then there's a corner on top of it, and he puts that ball exactly where it needs to be. I'm very impressed with Brennan so far, the way he throws this ball. I think Coach Jones was right. He's an extremely accurate passer and puts the ball on the money. Has a very quick release, albeit a little bit sidearm. It's very quick and extremely accurate.
And he's hitting on 69% of his passes coming in to the game today, and even better today, Colt Brennan is hit on 13 of 16, and now a second touchdown pass here to make it 17-7.
Brothers and sisters. The old guard. And the next generation. College football is family. ABC is your home.
One of college football's most celebrated coaches. One of ESPNU's most insightful shows. Now they're joining forces. Coaching legend Lou Holtz joins ADT College Coaches Spotlight, covering the week that was and the week ahead in college football.
I'm here because of the fans.
With all the breakdowns and press conferences.
There are no neutral observers on this game.
Lou Holtz joins ADT College Coaches Spotlight, Tuesdays at a new time, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, only on ESPN News.
Season continues later today as they travel to the Pacific Northwest to take on the Portland Trailblazers. Action begins at 6:30 with House Party Live, and the Kings and Blazers tip it off at 7 o'clock. Kings basketball tonight on Comcast Sports Net. And talking about the run and shoot, which a lot of respects is basketball on a football field. And Mouse Davis, we are calling him the father of the run and shoot offense, going back to what the Portland State days where he met June Jones.
Yeah, well, that's his nickname, father. He actually gives credit to Glenn Tiger Ellison. What's up with all the animal names in the run and shoot, huh?
Tiger Ellison, he's the guy?
Ellison, he was a high school football coach, actually wrote a book called Run and Shoot, The Future of Offense. And Mouse read it and just fell in love with the offense right away, became a disciple of the system, and has run it extremely well. You think about guys like Neil Lomax going through Portland State, and June Jones, and I mean, just
how about David Klingler?
Yeah, I mean, a ton of guys running that offense. And as a quarterback, I'll tell you, it is a fantastic offense to run once you get the nuance of it.
Andre Ware, of course. We're still going to call him the father of the run and shoot. Tiger can be the grandfather of the run and shoot. But Mouse Davis, you think run and shoot. And Dick Tomey was talking about that yesterday. Yes, here's Trefralis trying to bring him back from 17-7 down over the middle to Wagee, the tight end, for a short gain. Of course, Dick Tomey almost exclusively in his career has been at the collegiate level, but a couple of years ago he did work for Dennis Erickson and Terry Donahue at the 49ers, and he said, well, the NFL is so vanilla because basically they do the same thing. I mean, Mike Marks does different things than Bill Cowher does, obviously, in the NFL, but basically it's the same. College football, it's amazing how diverse the offenses can be.
Yeah, well, you can run from the wishbone to the wing key. I mean, all these different looks that you're going to get out there in college football, because what you're trying to do is best utilize your personnel. In the NFL, everybody has talent. Now, it may not be the exact talent, but everybody has talent. So the key is execution. But in college football, a lot of times you're trying to trick guys and get people out of position with formation and the type of things that you do. And I love college football for just that reason. You see so much of the diversity within offense and defensive schemes.
Well, think about it. You got Mouse Davis in the run and shoot, then in the Air Force you got Fisher DeBerry in the wishbone attack. Lamar Ferguson did not go down, and he probably wishes he had, because now his loss is going to be much more sizable. And he also lost his helmet. That's the second Spartan to lose his headgear. Davis lost one earlier. That is a 10-yard loss as he was stumbling initially. Then the balance recovered way back in the offensive backfield.
And watch Kalili Moku come up and make this hit. That's a big hit, especially on a little jitterbug like Ferguson. Very nice play by a linebacker. He just chased all the way across the field from a backside position. I'll tell you what, if Ferguson didn't wish he had gone down, I know Kenny Marjoram did, because 3rd and 22 is a whole lot harder than 3rd and 7.
So Fratis out in the wing to James Jones, and he is pushed out of bounds by Lono Manners. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and somewhat lengthy for the San Jose State Spartans. This is the kind of down and distance they want to stay away from. James Jones on the reception. a junior from right here in San Jose, went to Gunderson High School where he not only played football but also started basketball and track. Well, third down coming up, Mike. 3rd and 16.
So 3rd and 16, and you have to look on your play call sheet for that. I'm sure they're going to max protect. Either that or they're going to sit on the ball with the run.
Davis, the lone back, double tight ends in. Looking for Skillern. And the throw out for Jones. It was on his fingertips, deflected out of bounds, and it's intercepted but out of bounds. I don't believe they're going to give it to him. Moreland comes up with the interception.
The field judge called that play. I thought he was out of bounds.
Clearly out of bounds, and there is no instant replay in the Western Athletic Conference. Manners comes up with the interception.
And clearly a forced ball. Trefrail is trying to make.
Well, maybe
his left foot was on. I don't know. I think his left toe was on the line by the time he got a hold of that ball. But Trefrail is making a bad decision, throwing that ball in there. Would have been a hard catch for Skillern, but you know he was feeling the pressure of 3rd and long, trying to make something happen.
I believe it was Moreland who came up with the INT. That's his 2nd in back-to-back weeks.
And the 3rd huge turnover now by San Jose State to get the ball back to Hawaii.
Trefrail fumbling on the 1-yard line, going in for a touchdown. George had an interception, but on the return he fumbled it back. Colt Brennan wrapped up, and he is dropped back in Hawaii territory. First sack of the day, and it belongs to Matt Costello. We spoke of earlier that hybrid, the linebacker who plays both defensive end and linebacker, a big factor in this defense. And it's their 19th quarterback sack of the year to lead the WAC.
And just coming from depth, it was a delay blitz. When the back stayed in, Costello got what's called the green dot, meaning he could come. When the back stayed in, there was nobody left to block him. Nice job corralling quarterback Brennan.
Costello, a sophomore from Valley Christian High School here in San Jose. They rush 4, drop 7 into coverage. Brennan again the sidearm fling. And Dickerson has dropped just shy of the first down, but a good pickup. He picked up 15 at a 2nd down and 16. Well, he does sling it. A lot of sidearm deliveries from Colt Brennan.
Well, a good job by San Jose State getting the pressure, but they need to make that final push, get their hands on him, and just flinging it sidearm. And you know what? He's doing it on the run. He's off balance. He's able to throw that ball from any position. That is a great trait for a quarterback to have. You have some guys that look real pretty in the pocket and they can throw a perfect ball, but as soon as you make them run, they look extremely awkward. Not this guy. He gets it out there.
Hawaii's converted just, if they faced 2 third downs, they converted 1. Brennan short throw, catch made by Grice Mullen. First down, little stiff arm, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the San Jose State 20-yard line. Namaja Jones on the tackle for San Jose State against Ryan Grice Mullen.
Brennan just starting off to his right, coming back to a safety valve. Grice Mullen on the backside. You see San Jose still going for that strip, trying to knock that ball out. Jones trying to get a punch on the backside there. They're going to need some turnovers now because they're in a hole. They're down 3-1 in terms of turnovers.
Grice Mullen pushed right back with a stiff arm. He was actually recruited to Hawaii as a defensive back. 3 wide receivers go to the left, 1 at Dickerson right. There's that bubble screen they throw to Chad Mock. The 1 wide receiver loops in behind the 2 others. Namaja Jones comes up with the tackle of Chad Mock. Very interesting offensive attack. 3 receivers go left, 2 are blockers, and the 1 wide receiver comes in behind.
And again, this is a screen play, but it's another way of using ball control to move it downfield. It's not a risky pass. You know only your guy's going to get it, or you're going to throw it away. So a nice job of controlling the ball, but making the big bodies run, slowing down the pass rush.
June Jones, his 7th year as the head coach of Hawaii. Ilaoa on the inside handoff. That'll bring up a 3rd down at about 7 for the Warriors. The very active Matt Costello on the tackle of Ilaoa. The quarterback, Colt Brennan, comes over to the hash marks just about every time to get the play in from the head coach, June Jones. June Jones does not have an offensive coordinator on his team. He wouldn't need one anyway. He calls every single play.
Yeah, well, he went with that corner route to the backside last time. He's got 3 receivers split to the field this time. I'd expect to see him go after that corner again to the wide field.
They're looking for a throw to the right. He looks left, comes back right, throw, catch, first down. And Best takes it inside the 5. It'll be first and goal Hawaii from the San Jose State 4-yard line.
Well, just double slants on the outside there, bringing people back across the field to the middle. Starts out left and just looking for the white shirts in the middle. Delivers a nice ball, and Best gets a few yards after the catch.
Well, he's making it look easy, Colt Brennan. The 22-year-old junior came into the game having hit 69% of his throws. Even better today. He is 17 for 20 for 214 yards. Inside handoff. Ilaoa will take it to the 2-yard line where it'll be second and goal for the Hawaii Warriors, former Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, but they dropped the rainbow. They're going to get home and see a rainbow by the time they land. They're going to get back home. This is probably the easiest trip they have all year. Just a 5.5-hour, 2,400-mile flight from the mainland of San Jose here on the West Coast all the way back to the island. So they'll get in about, what, 2 in the morning?
Yeah, 2 a.m. Hawaii time.
5 o'clock our time.
5 o'clock West Coast time.
Just perfect. And midway through the second quarter, 17-7 Hawaii. The loop for the corner of the end zone, broken up and almost intercepted by Josh Powell. Nice recovery by Powell, the safety, picking up Ryan Grice-Mullen in the left corner of the end zone.
Yeah, good job by Powell running a straight man coverage with Grice-Mullen, a little bit quicker athlete. And again, going for that corner look, like I was saying the play before. Down near the goal line, when you don't have a lot of yardage to work with, you try to start you guys outside and run to the corner, or you cross them. Those are the two things you can really do along with the fade. So in that run and shoot offense, you try to create separation by doing that, and Powell doing a nice job of man coverage.
Big defensive play coming up for the Spartans here as they look to keep this a 2-score game. Ilaoa moves out. It's going to be a Colt Brennan design quarterback run, quarterback draw. No signal, did not get in. It's going to be 4th down and goal from inside the 1-yard line. June Jones, what do you want to do? Do you kick the field goal or do you go for it? Looks like he's going to go for it as Colt Brennan comes over to the sideline for the play. That's how close they are. Inside the 1, they're about a football length away as they go forward on 4th down. Nice hit by Ezekiel Staples, getting low there. And Brennan trying to get lower, thought he got in, but he was already down. And now a timeout is going to be called here. Timeout called by June Jones and the Hawaii Warriors. We'll see if he will go for it or not when we come back in a 17-7 game, mid-second quarter.
Is Derek Jeter the best shortstop ever?
Well, in the pantheon of Yankee shortstops, I definitely put him ahead of Scooter and Crissetti. Yeah, his limited power drags down his OPS a little, but he's still one of the most clutch hitters of all time. He turns that mean 6'4" 3, and he's got the soft hands of Honus Wagner, and even Boston fans call him Captain Intangible.
How do you know he has soft hands?
Classic Now with host Josh Elliott. 7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
Sundays, when your game is over, switch over to ESPN News for interviews, news conferences, and complete post-game analysis.
It was the right play at the right time.
The Blitz, Sundays 4 to 10 p.m. and Mondays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday Quarterback, presented by Coors Light.
You see the character of this football team.
A complete wrap-up of the NFL week that was.
When he gets you, he's going to hurt you.
The Blitz, Sundays 4 to 10 p.m. and Monday Quarterback, presented by Coors Light, Mondays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. only on ESPN News.
The whole set.
His weekly press conference here on Comcast Sportsnet, Monday afternoons at 12:30 right here, hosted by Nicole Zalumis. Greg Papa, Mike Pulaski, and Nicole on the sidelines today. Big play coming up for the Hawaii Warriors. Of course, June Jones going to go for it. He's got the play straight he wants. It's 4th down and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Brennan trying to sneak it in. And he should be in. No signal from an official yet. And there it is. Touchdown, Hawaii.
Yeah, he definitely got the ball across, but You know, most teams, when they go with goal line offense, you get 3 tight ends in there or a tackle out there at the tight end spot. He just kept all the receivers in, just brought them in tight. So he had the little bodies on the outside as well.
Now, he handled that differently than Tefrada, so he wrapped the football up.
Yeah, well, exactly. And he got low. He didn't try to go over the top. That's a big difference.
So here's Dan Kelly at the PAT attempt, trying to make this a 24-7 game. And he's got it right down the middle. And the Hawaii Warriors and a couple of rushing touchdowns, one by Colt Brennan. And one thing about Colt Brennan where he differs from Timmy Chang, Mike, obviously, is his ability to run the football. And here on the quarterback sneak, he gets Hawaii their 3rd touchdown of the game, and they're now up by 17.
You want game? This fall, ESPN Game Plan has more than 150 extra college football games. Key matchups and rivalries from major conferences. All available when you order your exclusive ESPN Game Plan pay-per-view package. It's maximum college football. To order, call your cable or satellite provider. Also available online. Order at ESPN.com, keyword Game Plan.
You think we crashed on this place by coincidence? We were brought here for a reason.
Do you think we're being punished?
Where are we?
Guys, you better see this.
Lose yourself in the Emmy Award-winning phenomenon.
Life's not so bad, right? Sure, the others are coming to, like, eat us all, but we do get to sleep in every morning.
Lost, Wednesday at 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
San Jose State playing their 3rd home game of the year. They are 1-1. A win against Eastern Washington, a loss to Nevada. 2 more home games to go. Get your tickets here when New Mexico State is in on the 19th, and Idaho comes in November the 26th. Get your tickets for these 2 remaining home games by calling 408-924-SJTX or do it online at sjsuspartans.com. Homecoming weekend here at San Jose State. They're going to have a big sock hop tonight. There's the 3rd straight little pooch kick. Wagey going to run this one back after calling for a couple of fair catches. The tight end will bring it out to about the same spot as the first 2, just shy of the 30-yard line. Kirk Alexander on the tackle for Hawaii special teams. That's one area where Dick Tomey, and you remember playing against him when he was the head coach at Arizona, Mike, and you were at Cal. I mean, he typically prides himself on very good special teams and somewhat unpredictable special teams.
Yeah, great special teams. He blocked a bunch of kicks while he was back at Arizona. Special teams and defense, those are the things that he thinks wins football games. And even as a quarterback, I've got to agree with him that they play a huge part.
I love opening the game with an onside kick, which he tried today. Adam Tefradis audibilizing down the line here. 1st and 10, and a handoff to Ferguson. Ferguson slips through and picks up about 6 up to the 35-yard line.
Right now, Hawaii has actually had the ball almost 3 times longer than San Jose State in the time of possession battle. It's Hawaii, you don't think of them as a clock control offense. You know, here's a team that's supposed to run up and down the field. They've been holding on to the ball. San Jose State hasn't had their hands on it very much.
Well, Hawaii's run the ball quite a bit today. 3 touchdowns scored. 2 have been rushing touchdowns. They have 14 rushes today for 51 yards. Broussard goes in motion. A handoff again for San Jose State. Slippery Ferguson breaking a couple of tackles. Will push out very near but shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and about 1. Lono Manners on the tackle for Hawaii. And Marjoram, the offensive coordinator here at San Jose State for Dick Tomey, sticking with the running game despite being down 17 with 5.5 to play in the half. They had converted just 21 of 95 coming into the game, and much better today as Calif makes it 3 out of 4. A big gain up the middle. It'll be 1st and 10 for San Jose State as we check in with Nicole again downstairs.
Well, you know, the San Jose State program from the beginning, they implemented the 4 cornerstones of the program. That's pride, belief, together, and finish. Pride in yourself and your teammates, the entire program, believing that you can win, believing in one another, and together, playing together, coming together. Right now, they need to focus on finishing the final cornerstone. And you know what? These guys are really buying into this belief with Tommy. Back up to you.
Wide open is Coleman, and he is pushed out, Nicole, inside the Hawaii 30. He's pushed out on the 26-yard line. That is the junior wide receiver, Chester Coleman, a 23-yarder.
Good job by Porlas looking off the safety. Hawaii just playing what's called a cover 2, meaning 2 safeties deep. He looked the safety to the middle of the field, which gave him time to throw that ball in there and delivered a strike to Coleman down the sideline. You know, the biggest cornerstone to me of Dick Tomey's 4 is that belief, because a program that hasn't had a tradition of winning recently, you start to lose that belief. You don't know what it feels like to win. You have to reinstill that in your players. Believe you can win first, then you can win.
Davis on the carry. You are going to talk to Tom Bowen coming up at halftime, the director of athletics here at San Jose State. I go back to this program a year ago. A new president was coming in. A lot of uncertainty whether they would even continue playing football here at San Jose State. But Tom Bowen comes in, and within days, he was hired on December the 20th of last year. 9 days later, he lands Dick Tomey to try to turn this program around.
Yeah, that's a huge hire. And I remember I played against the San Jose State team when they were extremely tough. Back when they were running the 46 defense, just a scrappy team. You knew they were going to hit you in the mouth every play.
2nd and 3, Spartans on the 19-yard line. Porlas a pump going for the end zone. Caught! Skillern, touchdown! What a throw by Porlas. A little window open there in the back of the end zone. Skillern beats Moreland on the 19-yarder. And the Spartans with an extra point here can make it a 10-point game.
And a double post. You see that wide side of the field, double post. Nice job holding the safety with his eyes. James Jones, number 3, underneath there. But Skillern, a good job catching that ball with his hands, going up to the high point, catching that football. And that was a laser by Porlas. That's the best ball I've seen him throw all day.
Yeah, that was a dart. And just a little opening there. Well, the 2 best wide receivers are both from Skyline High School. Ryan Grice-Mullen from there, and also Rufus Skillern out of Skyline.
On a line. That's how you're supposed to do that as a quarterback. That's the kind of throw they're looking for out of this guy. If he wants to separate and become the man, without any doubt, Porlas has to make that pass every time. And you're watching a young quarterback emerge here. You know, it takes a lot of coaching, a new system, especially the West Coast offense. There is so much verbiage and extra baggage in the West Coast offense at the college level, where kids have to go back to class and have to study and have a lot of outside influence. It takes a long time to learn it. And I think in the NFL, it takes 3 years sometimes to really get comfortable in it. These guys had to do it in 1 spring.
You're a good lip reader. We saw Dick Tomey walking down to the special teams meeting. Did he say onside kick?
I didn't see it.
No, I'm kidding. Would he go for it again? Well, you never know. This young man has been terrific. They recovered onside kicks in 3 straight games. Should have had one earlier today. They opened the game with an onside kick. They had their hands on it, but couldn't bring it in.
Well, you know, they have now in the NCAA the overtime rule. It's called the Dick Tomey rule now after the 2nd kick. I was at that game. He went for 2, or he went for a fake on the field goal rather than trying to wait and continue the overtime. He's a guy that will take chances. He's an aggressive coach, and he's not scared to take a chance.
And Strubeck will kick away. This will be A.J. Martinez, a sophomore from Fountain Valley, California, going the wrong direction. And he gets thrown back with a big loss there. Beautiful special teams coverage there by the San Jose State Spartans as they get down and cover it up there. We'd like to give this young man credit, but there is no numeral 22 on our flip card. But number 22 just came up with a great play.
Excellent penetration. You were talking about Dick Tomey and covering kickoffs. That's what he wants to see out of his guys. Running to the football. Like your hair's on fire, the old saying goes.
There's Colt Brennan. He has been on fire in this first half. 17 of 21 throwing. And he's going over the middle, a wide open Ryan Grice-Mullen. Boy, the receivers get wide open over the middle. Costello on the tackle there. Also, Chris Vetter beaten on the play. This is a redshirt freshman from Rialto High School down in Southern California. He plays the H slot receiver. Devon Best, the other freshman, plays the Y slot. Now they send 3 wide receivers to the left. 1 wide receiver goes right, and that is Ryan Grice-Mullen. 16-yard gain a moment ago. Mullen 3 catches, 44 yards. Ilaoa on the inside handoff, breaks a couple of hits, and gets driven backwards. Bobby Godinez with a nice tackle. Safety stepped up and lifted Ilaoa off the field to push him back.
And Costello was there to make the initial contact. Wasn't able to wrap up, but that contact stabbed Ilaoa. Right there, you see him reach for the ankle. Just enough so that the rest of that swarm of blue can get in there and Bobby Godinez can finish him off. Penetration, more than anything else, will ruin the running game because you're looking for lanes. If somebody can penetrate upfield, that will cut off your running attack in a hurry.
Pretty good first half for the Spartans, down 24-14 with 3 minutes to play. Colt Brennan, and the receiver right to the sticks he goes, and that should be a first down for Chad Mock. A walk-on who has really picked up his play here the last couple of weeks. Again, he had 10 catches, 147 yards, and a touchdown last week at home against New Mexico State. And Chad Mock having a nice first half, has 5 catches, 45 yards already.
And June Jones actually over there coaching him up on the sideline. I think he should have taken that vertically. June made it look like he was talking about push that vertically. You know, there's so many adjustments in this run and shoot offense in terms of what the defense is giving you.
There's Colt Brennan on 1st and 10. Steps up. Ryan Grice-Mullen's got it. Inside the 20, he may score, and he will. Touchdown, Hawaii. A 60-yard catch and run by Ryan Grice-Mullen. They answer right back.
And a very nice job by Brennan of buying enough time to get that ball off. You know, he ended up holding that ball for about 3 seconds while he stepped up to make that pass and then just floated it over the linebacker. A lot of pressure coming from his right. He just steps up into the pocket, maintained his composure, and delivered a strike downfield. He actually kind of pulled the string on this a little bit. When I say that means he kind of aimed it as he threw it. But it was enough to let Grice-Mullen get that touchdown.
Well, this Hawaii offensive line, obviously they're so used to pass blocking because they pass so much. But what a solid offensive line they have, as they do have 4 returners from last year's group. And by Colt Brennan, what a game he had last week, and what a first half he is having this week.
Well, the WAC Offensive Player of the Week last week. 515 yards passing, and he's on pace today to throw for a whole lot of yards.
And 7 touchdowns last week in their win over against New Mexico State. They won 49-28. 7 touchdowns. They scored. He threw all 7. He was 38 of 53 for the 515 yards. I mean, that is a game. And look at what he has done so far in the game today. He is 20 for 24 for almost 300 yards, and he has thrown 4 scores. They've also run for 2, and Colt Brennan has run for a score himself.
And we still got 2 minutes left in the first half. I mean, you talk about sounding like arena football. 7 touchdowns sounds like an arena quarterback. That is moving the ball up and down the field with the pass.
Well, June Jones, what a brilliant passing mind he has. Former head coach in the NFL in the mid-90s with the Atlanta Falcons. We mentioned most recently with the Chargers in '98. Left San Diego and the NFL, went directly to Hawaii, where he's been since the '99 year, and almost every single year they rank in the top 5 in the nation in passing yards. Here's John Broussard on the kickoff, trying to make a big play, but nothing there, and he's dropped at around the 22-yard line. Kirk Alexander again makes his 2nd straight tackle for Hawaii, covering on kickoffs.
Not exactly sure what San Jose State was trying to do on that return. You know, usually you see a wedge come up and try to lead block. They had 2 guys holding hands in 2 different spots, and it looked like they were trying to set up a wall, but never really got around to doing it.
Now let's see what Ken Marjoram does, and the offensive coordinator here at San Jose State. Former Stanford Cardinal, an NFL star with the Bears and 49ers. calls the offensive plays from upstairs. Mike, they have 2:11 to play in the half. They do have 3 timeouts left. They need to score here before halftime. Porlas on the roll. Wagey, the tight end, to midfield. Nice hurdle. And a very nice gain on the 1st and 10.
And that same naked boot that we talked about early in the game. They got the big first down with it. Got the holding call for it once and come back to that play. You know, if something's working, you got to get back around to it. Now this is just the naked. He gave the front side zone look on the run. When I say that, make it look like a front side zone run, and then came back and had the tight end Wagey drag it across the field.
23-yard gain by Brian Wagey, the senior, junior college transfer. Davis, and they hit him high around the head, but no penalty.
And Giannis Davis getting up, kind of favoring his right leg a little bit, kicking it to straighten it out.
Avery's out for this play, Mike, and they bring in Lamar Ferguson. 2nd down and 10, no gain in the last play. Skillern runs a slanted out, pass a little bit too high, and it is incomplete. That is J.P. Greco, who made the start last week for San Jose State in their loss to Boise State. He actually threw a 90-yard touchdown pass right away early in the game to John Broussard. Pretty decent numbers, but overall I think it was a combination of just Porlas being more experienced and having a little stronger throwing arm, the reason they decided to go back to Porlas as a starter today.
Yeah, I mean that makes a huge difference. Having the big arm makes a difference because you don't have to be early with the ball. You can be late on your read sometimes and still get it in there. You know, I don't know if Greco makes that post pass for a touchdown on the last scoring drive for San Jose.
3rd and 10. Porlas can run forward. He tucks it. He's going for the sticks, and he has got the first down and then takes the hit. And here comes the flag. And we talked about toughness. Moreland hit to Porlas, clearly out of bounds, despite the objections of defensive coordinator Jerry Glanville.
I don't know what Coach Glanville is thinking.
After the runner was out of bounds, personal foul, late hit. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Porlas had both feet out of bounds by the time he got whacked. So Coach Glanville, a defensive guy, he likes that punishing physical play, but just a nice job evading. And actually, Coach Kenny Marjoram told us yesterday, Porlas isn't all that fast. He may have had the 3rd step down by the time he got whacked.
And he looks faster than a guy that runs a 5.140, but he does it with toughness, Mike.
Yes. Toughness always makes you look faster.
You're a tough guy yourself. Here's Patrick Perry coming into the game, getting his first carry of the game. He's a redshirt freshman from Banning High School down in Los Angeles. And there's a timeout called by San Jose State here. We have 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in the opening half. I think overall San Jose State has to be pretty happy with the play of their offense. They have scored twice. They are down 17 points. Keep in mind they fumbled the ball away on a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line, but Porlas has recovered to play pretty well since. We'll see if they can get in before halftime.
The 2005 PGA Tour on ESPN. The best in the business. VJ, Lefty, Tiger, and the Big Easy face off against each other in the PGA Tour's finest in what promises to be the most competitive season ever. Will one of these superstars prevail, or will a new young star emerge? The only prediction is you'll witness the best golf in the world. The 2005 PGA Tour all season long on ESPN.
Say, Ran, you know ESPN Classic has a new comedy block, weeknights at 10.
What kind of shows?
They got funny shows.
Good shows?
Great shows.
Who's on first?
Cheap seats.
Who?
Cheap
The
seats.
show.
Cheap
On
seats.
first.
Cheap seats. What's on second?
Arliss.
What?
Arliss.
That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm telling you.
Let me see if I got this straight. ESPN Classic has a new block comedy, weeknights at 10.
Yes.
Who's on first? What's on second?
No, Cheap Seats is on first, Arliss is on
That's
second.
what I said. Who's on first? What's on second?
No, you're replacing the words Cheap Seats with who and Arliss with what. So? Why? I don't know.
Third base!
The Comedy Block, weeknights at 10, only on ESPN Classic.
Stop it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the main event. Will one of the legends of poker win it all? Or will the streak of unknowns continue?
Kramer wins it all! This is beyond fairy tale. It's inconceivable.
Someone will leave Vegas $7.5 million richer and become poker's next legend. But who? The World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. The main event, Tuesdays at 8 on ESPN.
Alongside Mike Pulaski and Nicole Zalumas down on the field. Greg Papa back with you at Spartan Stadium here in the South Bay, Silicon Valley, San Jose, California. Spartans down 17 points. They have 63 seconds to score. There's a 2nd and 9 handoff. That'll bring up about a 3rd down and 5 coming up as the clock ticks. Spartans do have 2 timeouts to use, but the clock will continue to tick now, under 50 seconds to go. As Calgary, the fullback, picked up a short gain here. The field goal kicker has tremendous leg strength. Strubeck, Coach Tomey told us yesterday he'd be comfortable attempting as long as a 55-yard field goal. They're already inside that distance now. 3rd and 6. And here's a deep throw for the end zone for Skiller, and just overthrown. Some heavy contact there, and a flag will come in at the end of the play.
And that may have been an uncatchable ball.
Wow.
You know, that ball was thrown out of bounds, so there was definitely a lot of contact, but I think that ball was uncatchable. I don't think that should be a PI.
Well, I agree with you, but Kefensis, this ball's already past the receiver, Skiller, and then he grabs him.
Oh, he grabbed him, came over the top of him, hit him in the head. He did everything.
He didn't need to do any of that. Now let's see if they pick up the flag.
Pass interference.
Nope, they're not.
Defense, number 8. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, first down, stops the clock. Move the ball forward. Yeah, that gives San Jose 3 more shots at the end zone before they have to actually go for the field goal. And now they're doing it from the, 8-yard line? That's a nice gift.
Greg Glanville not at all happy with Landon Kefensis, his senior from Richland, Washington. Here's San Jose State inside the Hawaii 20-yard line today. They've scored twice, but they're going to be thinking about the time Tafranis fumbled on the 1-yard line. They need to score here. They run the option to flip inside. This is the other tight end, Jason Lance, who they like very much. He takes it down inside the 5-yard line. Clock continues to roll. And now timeout is called with 18 seconds to play.
You know, San Jose State would like nothing better than to score going in with the clock running out here. The last 3 games, they've held their opponents to under 20 points in the second half. So their defense really stiffening in the second half of late. To get a little momentum going in would help this team big time.
And as you mentioned, they want to score, preferably on the last play.
They don't want to get back
against this Hawaii offense. You don't want to give June Jones even one more snap. Although knowing Coach Tomey, he may onside kick if he does score. Pretty entertaining first half, you'd have to say. I think San Jose State's played some pretty good football.
Yeah, I think they have to be happy with the way they've played outside of the turnovers. Remember now, 3 big turnovers, and one of them coming on an interception return. But the fumble down by the goal line is big, and the interception on their own 48. You know, those things hurt you a lot. Change of possessions lead to points.
Now, all that being said, this first half will really be judged by whether or not they get in here. Well, they score a touchdown here to make it a 10-point game, and it's a good half. But if they don't score, it won't be that good. We're going to talk to Coach Tomey Nicole Will before we go in at halftime, and they don't make it there on 2nd down, and now it is 3rd down and goal coming out. Now, as you call the 3rd down play, what are you thinking on 4th down? If you don't make it here, do you just bring in the field goal unit and make it a 2-touchdown game?
Yeah,
is there any scenario where you go for it on 4th down?
Well, not from this distance. If you get down to the half-yard line, maybe. But from here, you get your field goal. You go off with some momentum. You scored points. You got a nice drive put together. And give your team some confidence going in.
San Jose State does have 1 timeout remaining. Well, here they go. 3rd down. And goal from the 4-yard line. They're going to roll to Fratis right. Open. Jones got it. Touchdown, San Jose State.
And well-designed play. You know, if you're the opposing coach, you're thinking they're going to run the ball and stop the clock. Either get in the end zone or stop the clock. But James Jones made a nice move, what's called a smash route. It's basically a slant, and you smash back out, meaning coming back outside. Fratis just a token fake on the pitch. But Jones getting enough separation that ball was a little bit behind him. He can still make the catch.
James Jones, his first touchdown of the year, and his 2nd touchdown here at San Jose State to make it a 31-20 game. And now Strubeck, the very impressive freshman kicker, will try to make it a 10-point game, which he does right down the middle, and 10 seconds remain. So that pass interference called on Kefensis becomes very, very damaging to Hawaii and to Fratis, who's been rolling out very effectively in this first half, Mike, and throwing with accuracy on the run.
Yeah, it's one thing he can do. He can move and throw the ball on the run. Both of these quarterbacks really do a good job on the run. You know, it's not that common in quarterbacks, but both of these guys have been able to do it. And Tafralis actually making things happen with a lot of the play action fakes.
San Jose State has not won their homecoming game in a couple of years. And they're playing a very good first half. They've never played Hawaii before for a homecoming weekend game. And we are going to talk to their director of athletics coming up at halftime, Tom Bowen, about the decision to hire Dick Tomey. And later on, I'm going to talk to the new basketball coach, George Nessman. Wasn't at Cal very long, was he? Just 1 year. And they're getting ready for their season opener. You know what their first game on the basketball schedule is? George Nessman at 0 collegiate victories up against Texas Tech and Bob Knight.
Yeah, that's
over 800. So that'll be an intriguing way to get the Nessman era underway.
A man you might refer to as a legend.
In his own mind.
Yes.
We like Coach Knight. We like Coach Knight. Onside kick here from Strubeck. A little squibber pops up into the air. And Martinez, well, they had a battle for it as they got down there and almost took that one away. A tremendous job there by Clarence Cunningham, who has blocked a punt this year for San Jose State. Strubeck hit that one hard, and it was recovered by Martinez, but he had a battle there. Well, they're probably going to take a knee here with 8 seconds to go, huh?
I would think so, but how big of a turn would that be? San Jose State grabs the squib and goes for the field goal with Strubeck. That's a big momentum swing. I don't think from this distance that Coach Jones is going to go after it. I think they'll take the knee, head into the locker room.
You never know, though, with this guy. Yeah. He may load up the Colt. Colt Brennan. They're going now. They go trips.
Well, Brennan just talked to the official, so he went back there and let him know. He's going to run the time.
You owe me a pass interference flag.
No, that was it. That's exactly what he was looking for.
Yeah, that's it. Going to run it around. He wanted to just run it around, and that'll be the half. So San Jose State, they committed 3 turnovers in the half. They fumbled the ball. Hold on, a flag down. Hold on here. Flag down.
Had a couple guys mixing it up down there.
Justin
it was
James came up
Farmer.
with the sack.
David Farmer for Hawaii was downfield, and they were pushing a little bit.
Personal foul. Defense number 92.
Hold on. Half can't end on a defensive penalty.
On a defensive foul.
Yeah.
We will have 1 untimed down.
And that personal foul will move the ball forward. So now maybe if you're Hawaii and June Jones, you think they owe us a pass interference call, throw it deep downfield, see what happens.
Well, and if the other team's going to give you something like that too, that's big, you know. Freddie McCutcheon out there pushing and shoving.
June Jones talking to Colt Brennan here. The ball on the personal foul is pushed out to the 39-yard line. Dick Tomey not happy.
That'd be quite a throw for him to get it in the end. No, it looks like he's just going to kneel on it.
They got the close formation here. They're going to take the ball. They snap from center, and there will be a kneel down for Colt Brennan. Colt Brennan had an outstanding opening half. He was 20 of 24 for 299 yards passing, through a couple of touchdowns, also rushed for a score. But Adam Trefelis was very strong for San Jose State, Mike. He was 12 for 16, 164 yards passing, and a couple of very impressive touchdown passes. And the fact that they were able to roll him out of the pocket, a very nice wrinkle in the offense for Dick Tomey and the Spartans. Nicole downstairs with the head coach of San Jose State.
I'm with Coach Tomey. Coach, Adam Trefelis really stepping up, showing, despite the fumble, showing his leadership, his toughness out there. How are you going to keep the momentum?
Well, we just got to stop them. I mean, we've moved the ball plenty good. We need to touchdown on the goal line, but we just have to make some stops. And that's what the difficulty is when you play them. But we just got to get some pass rush, find a way, get a stop, and keep moving the ball.
Hawaii's offense obviously a main concern for you entering this game. Your defense is not playing mistake-free. What needs to be said to them at halftime?
Well, we just got to get a pass rush, and we just got to make sure the matchups are right. Right now, they're not.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Nicole. We are going to talk to the director of athletics here at San Jose State, Tom Bowen, the man that brought in Dick Tomey. Mike will talk to him when we come back.
A great sportscaster once promised to tell it like it is. Not quite. Because first you have to tell it like it was. Every weeknight, Classic Now will take breaking sports news and give it to you with the deep perspective and backstory from yesterday to today and back. All in one show. I'm Josh Elliott. Join me for Classic Now, where the past is always present.
7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
Brothers and sisters. The old guard. And the next generation. College football is family. ABC is your home.
Listen to Mike and Mike in the morning and log on to 100yardblitz.com to have a chance to win a Philips 42-inch HD TV and DirecTV HD system and service for a year. ESPN HD and ESPN2 HD now available on DirecTV. Don't miss a thing. Sweepstakes end date November 27, 2005. Must be 18 years of age. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. For official rules, visit 100yardblitz.com.
My mommy has multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis. What's the process? Multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis.
If you think it's hard to say, imagine living with the debilitating effects of multiple sclerosis. There's no cure, but there is help. We're the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Call 1-800-FIGHT-MS or visit nationalmssociety.org to tap our resources.
Stadium, San Jose, California, where the Hawaii Warriors up 31-21 over San Jose State. Joining me now, athletic director for San Jose State University, Tom Bowen. And Tom, just turning things around. Just a few years ago, people talking about not sure about the future of San Jose State, but I know you're down here, big part of this. A real turnaround coming in this program, isn't there?
Well, Mike, it's great to be here and have you guys with us today. I think we're studying kind of step by step, piece by piece, and it's in its infancy, but we believe that we're rebuilding a new day in San Jose. And I think with Dick Tomey coming on board with us and George Nessman and some other key people in my staff, gentlemen that I've met throughout, my 10 years in the business, I think we're doing some good things. I think things are coming together pretty nicely.
Well, talk about that now. You take the job as athletic director down here, and you end up getting a guy like Dick Tomey. Here's a guy that, a legendary football coach. How do you get that opportunity, and what does that mean to this program?
Well, I met Dick, ironically, when we were interviewing for the job at Cal. He was one of our finalists with Jeff Tedford and had a chance to meet him there. And then when I was in the NFL with the Niners, Dick was on Dennis Erickson's first staff, and we spent a lot of time together talking about college football and college athletics. And when I got the opportunity to be offered the job, I decided it was a good move for then to call Dick. Dick called me right away, and it's been great having Dick here.
Well, I know that he wanted to be back in coaching. Let's talk about you a little bit. You're a Bay Area guy, De La Salle High School. Many people famous for the streak, obviously. Worked at Cal, worked for the Niners. What does it mean for you to stay in the Bay Area?
Well, that's the whole reason I've done the career changes I've done. I'm really, I feel this has been a whole progress for me to go from what I really wanted to be was a collegiate athletic director at Division 1A and to build a program, much like we did when I was a young man, 25 years old at De La Salle High School. So this is my chance to try that process again, and I'm very excited about it. It's going very well. And I'm here because of the president. President Cassing is the reason I took this job. He's an incredible man. He's given me support, understanding, mentoring, and he's letting us build this the right way. And when you have a university president and a faculty and a great team of people behind you, nothing's impossible, I believe.
Now let's talk a little bit about your scheduling here. I know a lot of teams around the country, when they're looking for money, will go out and play some of these big money games. They go out, you're really going on the road to get killed. What's your philosophy on that?
Well, my philosophy, and I think Dick and I agree, is we want to play teams that make a difference for the future of our program. So we try to schedule opponents that benefit us in a lot of different ways, both in exposure, marketing, recruiting, and opportunity. So we're looking in the Western Hemisphere, obviously. We're looking in the Pac-10. We're looking in the Mountain West. We're trying to play those opponents as opposed to playing the, quote, body bag games and playing the SECs or Floridas or LSUs or Tennessees just for a simple guarantee. So Dick and I have begun a real process to revamp this schedule. we're very, very excited about some people that have come to us and said, we'd like to be part of that. A lot of 2-for-1s. The other thing I'm trying to do is create more home games. Next year, it looks like we have 7 home games next year on our schedule. Stanford's back on our schedule. We open in Washington. I really believe those are beneficial for us and for our opponents. So that's kind of our philosophy.
Well, now I know also you and Dick Tomey, head coach for football here, play golf every Friday.
We do. And I got beat yesterday in the Aloha Press again. But it's been great. Dick and I have a great working relationship and a really good personal friendship. And I think and we communicate directly. When I have something that I'm not happy with, I tell Dick. And when Dick has something he's not happy with, he tells me. And we've been able to create kind of this process. It's been a hard struggle. This program was in a real interesting situation when we got here. Dick's guys had 2 weeks to recruit. I pulled 18 scholarships. We threw 35 guys off this team. We brought 35 new kids into this program, and we're trying to change this program one day at a time, and it's working.
Well, doing a great job so far, Tom. Thanks for joining us here at halftime.
It's great to see you.
Right now, Hawaii up 31-21 over San Jose State Spartans. We'll be right back after this.
The top 5 reasons you can't blame Mitch Williams for the Phillies losing the '93 World Series. Did death threats wear on the Wild thing?
That's got to affect you. I don't care who you are.
Were the Jays just too good?
He was facing the best team in baseball.
And was one man destined for glory?
You got to blame Joe Carter. He could have swung and missed. He didn't.
The top 5 reasons you can't blame Mitch Williams for the Phillies losing the '93 World Series. 9 p.m. Tuesday on ESPN Classic.
Football season is back. Gear up for the gridiron with your favorite NFL and college football apparel at ESPNshop.com. You want it? We've got it. From clothes to cleats and everything in between. So as you get ready for the new season, gear up at ESPNshop.com or call 1-800-762-1701 for a free catalog.
Please rise for our couple's first dance as husband and wife.
A great sportscaster once promised to tell it like it is. Not quite. Because first you have to tell it like it was. Every weeknight, Classic Now will take breaking sports news and give it to you with the deep perspective and backstory from yesterday to today and back. All in one show. I'm Josh Elliott. Join me for Classic Now, where the past is always present.
7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
Basketball type score here at halftime. These two teams have combined for 52 points and nary a punt between Hawaii and San Jose State. Welcome back here at halftime. Greg Papa joined by the new basketball coach here, the San Jose State Spartans, George Nesman. I'm curious, George, watching the first half and June Jones, the way they run their offense, it's kind of like basketball where he's trying to get one side of the field, create a 4-on-2 and a 2-on-1. Are you picking up some pointers here?
Well, hopefully. They're scoring a lot of points. Yeah, they're creating a lot of mismatches out there, and that's what they're obviously trying to do.
All right, we know you're well in the Bay Area. You're with Ben Braun for 1 year in Cal. You take over here at San Jose State, replacing Phil Johnson as the head basketball coach, and you guys have been practicing for a couple of weeks, I know. What can we expect from the Spartans on the basketball court this year?
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun together. There's no doubt about that. We're excited about playing. We're excited about the opportunity. Our guys are going to play intense. They're going to be up-tempo. They play a lot of energy. Be very positive, very enthusiastic.
Now, Tom Bowen, we mentioned earlier at De La Salle High School, in addition to a lot of places around the Bay Area, you obviously had great success at De La Salle. Is that where you met Tom initially?
That's true. He was my athletic director at De La Salle.
And here you are now at San Jose State, and the opener, we were mentioning it earlier, you're going to bring a one-loss record of 0-0 at Texas Tech against Bob Knight. He's got 800 plus, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's only about 800 ahead of me. You know, it's an honor. It's an honor to coach against Coach Knight, and our guys are excited, and we have to make sure we temper that a little bit. You know, we have a game the next night, so. But we are looking forward to it. It's less than 3 weeks, so we better be ready to go.
You obviously got tremendous facilities over at the event center and here on the campus. It's been very well done. How do you plan on turning this basketball program around? Big picture.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we have to do a great job in recruiting. And San Jose State has not done a real good job in the probably for 10, 15 years in Northern California. And we are going to really hit Northern California hard and do a better job recruiting high school players that we can work with over the course of time to really build our system out. I think they've got different leadership now with President Cassing and obviously with Tom. There's just a much different spirit here than everything I've known about San Jose State. And I think all signs are positive that we're headed in the right direction.
Does that mean going after the kids that are currently now going to Cal and Stanford, trying to get one or two of them to come down here?
Well, Cal or Stanford, St. Mary, Santa Clara, all of them. I mean, we need to get in there and fight for Northern California players. And I think that's a good start in terms of recruiting. And to build a program, you have to be successful recruiting. And that's going to be part of what we do.
Tell me about some of the players we can look forward to seeing this year, opening night when you guys go to Texas Tech.
Well, I think Alex Elam stands out. Alex is going to have a big year. He really has been special during our entire workout since back into March when I first got here. DJ Brown is someone coming off a redshirt year, maybe one of the better athletes in the WAC. Our two incoming players who play in the perimeter, Julian Richardson, Carlton Spencer, can really score. We're going to be able to go up and down the floor. We have good guard play, and I think we're going to be an exciting team.
All right, George, nice meeting you and your two young boys. Enjoy the second half, and good luck against the General at Texas Tech.
We'll give them something.
That's George Nessman, the new head basketball coach here at San Jose State. When we come back, I'll be rejoined by Mike Pulowski. They want to win their homecoming weekend game against Hawaii. We'll see if they can do it when we come back.
Brothers and sisters. The old guard. And the next generation. College football is family. ABC is your home.
One of college football's most celebrated coaches, one of ESPNU's most insightful shows. Now they're joining forces. Coaching legend Lou Holtz joins ADT College Coaches Spotlight, covering the week that was and the week ahead in college football.
I'm here because of the fans.
With all the breakdowns and press conferences.
There are no neutral observers on this game.
Lou Holtz joins ADT College Coaches Spotlight, Tuesdays at a new time, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, only on ESPN News.
Ball team and playing for the national championship in Charlie Weiss's first year at South Bend. It's a great story. It's a great job by Charlie Weiss and those kids. 9-2 would be a phenomenal year, better than the 8-3 I thought they would be, which was better than a lot of people thought. There were those who thought they'd be 1-5 after their first 6 games. Right? Think about that.
Freddie Coleman's one of those people.
I mean, that tells you how.
On San Jose State 21. We're talking to head coach George Nessman, and neither team punted in a very active first half. Hawaii rolled up almost 300 yards of total offense just passing, but San Jose State hung in. Welcome back here at Comcast Sportsnet College Football. We're at Spartan Stadium. Greg Papa rejoined by Mike Pulowski, and they're down 10, yes, but I think overall they got to be pretty happy with the way they played in the first half. In particular, San Jose State's offense.
Well, no question. San Jose State's offense really getting some good production in the first half. Remember, 3 big turnovers for that offensive side, or 1 on an interception return. But turning the ball over that much and still being within 10 points in a game, that means a lot. Defense has played tough for them in the second half the last 3 games. I would expect we'd see the same out here today, and look for that offense to continue to pick it up.
You know, we visited head coach Dick Tomey and his offense yesterday, Mike and I and Nicole, and he gave us all the answers to all the questions I asked. I wish I just would have asked him, are you going to open the game with an onside kick? Because I thought he might. And he did. And they got their hands on it to open the game. They should have recovered it. But that's the kind of mindset that San Jose State has had today. They're going for it.
They are going for it. And Tomey's a risk taker. That's what he does as a coach. He loves the defense. He loves taking risks on special teams. He's great at it.
Yeah, and here's the the highlight package of that opening onside kick. Strubeck gets it up in the air, and they had their hands on it. They couldn't quite bring it in. But San Jose State did score. Well, there's the field goal by Dan Kelly to make it 3-0 as he ricochets it in. But they would score the first time they touched the ball here. Lamar Ferguson with an off-tackle run from 4 yards out. But back come the Hawaii Rainbows. And it's Ryan Grice-Mullen with a 15-yard run. Mike, look at him get airborne the last 3 yards.
Yeah, and only the third rushing touchdown on the year. So Hawaii actually trying to run the ball.
And the turnover's the big story of the first half. They turned it over 3 times. That time Adam Chafralis will give it away on the goal line. There's a touchdown pass, a 13-yarder to Devon Best. Little rush there by Colt Brennan, the 1-yarder, but they came back. There's a beautiful pass by Adam Chafralis, probably his best pass of the first half to Skillard. Colt Brennan. He's got the Colt locked and loaded here. 60-yard catch and run by Grice-Mullen.
Grice-Mullen all over the field, but Colt Brennan really just looking outstanding in the first half. Both quarterbacks doing a great job.
There's a very debatable pass interference call on Kefensis. The ball may or may not have been catchable, but they gave it to him on the 8-yard line. The 15-yard PI, the rollout, and the high throw pulled down by James Jones from 4 yards out. And that late first half touchdown by Jones makes San Jose State feel much better about themselves in the locker room at halftime, down just 10. But check out the offensive numbers. Hawaii running it some, almost 350 yards, and San Jose State rushing the ball much better. Mike, they have 253 yards.
Yeah, well, both Coach Tomey and Coach Marjoram yesterday said they had to establish the run. Right now, 89 yards, just 9 yards off their season average so far. Doing an excellent job establishing that run game in the first half.
Who will be the first team to punt the football? I say the team that punts first today will lose the football game. That's my prediction.
Yards, but how tough was it going up against that Tennessee defense trying to make some plays?
Best defense I've ever played against, hands down. Those guys there, I feel like we'd get something going. They'd step up and do exactly what our defense does, shut us down. But, in the end, we made the plays when we had to make them.
Brody, look at this offense now that you're directing without Tyrone Prothro. What kind of changes have you had to make in terms of game plan? What have you had to do differently without a Tyrone Prothro as part of this offense?
We don't have, the big play anymore. We still have big plays, but we ain't got the guy that can take a 5-yard hitch and take it, 80 yards. That's what Tyrone Prothro brought to us. But, we still got a lot of talent on our offense. Last week we were kind of flat, and this week we knew we weren't going to score a lot of points. That is hands down the best defense I've ever faced. And, their front seven, every one of them will be playing on Sundays one day. So, we feel very fortunate to come out with a win, especially the way we got it done.
Hey, Brody, describe the play on 3rd and 9 at the 21-yard line when you find Hall for the big completion that gets the ball deep inside Tennessee territory.
The whole second half, they just basically laid their ears back and, were getting after us. And, they were, kind of outdueling our offensive line. And, I just told them, y'all give me a split second. I said, DJ, I'm coming to you. I don't care what the situation. I said, you're my go-to man. Go up and make the play. And that's exactly what he did. And we were able to get in field goal range. And, we have a cool as ice water kicker.
Brody, you got a defense as well. You talked about Tennessee's defense, how strong and tough that group is. Your defense at Alabama hasn't allowed a point for anybody to score in the third quarter all year. Second half, really, as you've been limiting points. Today, Roman Harper comes up big, causing that fumble out of the end zone. What were you thinking as Tennessee was moving down 5 minutes ago, looking like they were going to go up 10-3?
You have to think the only thing you can think. They're going to score a touchdown. We're going to have to go back and, answer it. But, we never say never with our defense. They're, even better than, even better than defense we face. And, I guess that kind of showed today. And,
Skid Greg Papa back in the broadcast booth. We're set to begin the second half of this football game. For more on the head coach of the Spartans, Dick Tomey, we head downstairs again to Nicole Zalumis. Nicole?
Well, you guys, most people may know Tomey for what he's done on the football field, but his true love in sports is actually baseball. The reason why he decided to coach football is because he said it's a more intricate game. But baseball is his passion. In fact, one of his best life life experiences is when he was coaching in Arizona. He played for 10 years on a semi-professional baseball team with his son. He was actually cut a few years ago from a semi-professional baseball team, not for how he performed, but simply because he couldn't make every game, guys.
Yeah, he really is a fascinating guy overall. All he ever wanted to be was a high school coach. He admired a guy that he watched growing up. Mike, here's a kickoff out of the end zone by Dan Kelly, so San Jose State will put it in play on their 20-yard line the first time they touched the ball. He admired the life of a guy he saw coaching when he was a young man playing sports and also umpiring. That's all he wanted to be, was a high school coach, and look at him now. Yeah, well, he obviously had the demeanor to be an outstanding coach. Said Bo Schembechler, one of the biggest influences in him as a coach, because the guy could be so hard and so funny all at the same time. You know, turn right around and get a smile out of you. So he said that was one of the guys that he admired and one of his role models as a coach when he was young. Now, he had a lot of great coaches he was with: Dick Vermeil and Terry Donahue, Pepper Rogers, and Jim Mora. And of course, he's had a nice career of his own. 8th winningest active coach in college football. There's Trefralis down the sideline, and John Broussard not able to bring that ball inbounds and not get 1 foot in it. Well, that's a fitting anecdote that Nicole had. With the World Series getting underway in just moments in Chicago with Roger Clemens on the mound. A great time of the year. Sacramento Kings are playing preseason basketball, to the NBA will start very shortly. The NHL is back here in the South Bay with the San Jose Sharks. Pro football, college football, it's all here. Going on a week before Halloween. 2nd and 10 for the Spartans, down 31-21. They fake the end around, they hand off to Davis, and Davis slips and goes backwards. And that's been a problem for him this year, Mike. The fact that, yeah, he tries to make the big run, and sometimes he gets it, but sometimes he moves the other direction, and he winds up losing yards a lot. Yeah, well, some guys are just a little bit stiffer than others, and it's hard for them to make that big turnaround. You know, Davis, pretty thick running back, even at 5'7", pretty thick. Hard for him to make that turnaround as we look at the quarterback comparison here. Colt Brennan so far 20 for 24, but almost 300 yards passing. You know, there's been 41 passes thrown this game so far. Now 8 incomplete. There's Trefralis to the tight end, Wei G, and he's going to be tripped up by Broadway, shy of the first down. Nicely done there by Lamar Broadway, getting a chance to go back to play his natural cornerback spot. He had been moved to safety in recent games, the senior out of Corona, California, Centennial High School. So what did I say? The first team to punt is going to lose the football game. Well, we'll see if they fake this or not, but Waylon Prather is in for the first punt of the game. Dropping back deep is Andre Taylor for Hawaii, Mike. And Prather, you know, 40.4 yard average, has been a pretty good punter the first couple games of the season. The last couple games had a little slump. Takes this one away. And it'll bounce on the Hawaii 45-yard line. It'll roll inside the 40, take another couple of hops, and come to a standstill at the 37-yard line. A nice 43-yard punt there by Waylon Prather, a sophomore walk-on. Colt Brennan and the Hawaii Rainbows get the ball again when we come back.
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Is Derek Jeter the best shortstop ever?
Well, in the pantheon of Yankee shortstops, I definitely put him ahead of Scooter and Crissetti. Yeah, his limited power drags down his OPS a little, but he's still one of the most clutch hitters of all time. He turns that mean 6'4" 3, and he's got the soft hands of Honus Wagner, and even Boston fans call him Captain Intangible.
How do you know he has soft hands?
Classic Now with host Josh Elliott. 7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
Sundays, when your game is over, switch over to ESPN News for interviews, news conferences, and complete post-game analysis.
It was the right play at the right time.
The Blitz, Sundays 4 to 10 p.m. and Mondays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday Quarterback, presented by Coors Light.
You see the character of this football team.
A complete wrap-up of the NFL week that was.
When he gets you, he's going to hurt you.
The Blitz, Sundays 4 to 10 p.m. and Monday Quarterback, presented by Coors Light, Mondays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. only on ESPN News.
Sportsnet now has Sunday football. Raiders report kicks off at 6:30 a.m. followed by 49ers Insider and a fresh 49ers Total Access. So wake up. Sunday morning game day with the Raiders and 49ers on Comcast Sportsnet. Niners will be at Washington tomorrow to take on Joe Gibbs and the Redskins. The Raiders have a home day tomorrow against the Buffalo Bills. 1st and 10 for the Hawaii Warriors, up 31-27. Ilaoa on the inside handoff. He's playing despite a sprained right big toe. Now let's get a report on tight end Jason Lance from the cold downstairs. How's he doing?
28 you will not be seeing in the second half. His helmet was ripped off in that final scoring drive in the first half. He's injured his right knee, and as I said before, he will not be returned. We'll keep you posted, get that report back to you guys.
He took a real blast, Nicole, trying to get in the end zone there. And San Jose State likes to play a lot of double tight ends, so the loss of Lance certainly will be significant. Again, that shovel pass Brennan's very adept at to Ilaoa, and he's got the first down in the San Jose State territory.
Shovel pass, a great mix-up too. You know, it's just like it's as good as a run play for this run and shoot offense. All you're trying to do is stop penetration. See those big guys getting upfield? Well, you throw it behind them, and now it slows them down. Next time they start to rush, they start to think, well, what about the shovel pass? Any hesitation gives that quarterback time and gives the offensive line an advantage up there protecting.
Colt Brennan, Mike, is just having a fabulous football game. I mean, how more efficient can he run this offense? He is 21 of 25 for over 300 yards passing. And now he's going big ball down the sidelines, and he overthrows Chad Mock, who was very well covered there by Christopher Vetter.
Yeah, I think outside of the decision on that interception, everything else he's done has been great. You know, a quarterback is always going to miss some passes, but he's been extremely accurate. He's been making the right read, making the right throw so far. This guy is a good young find for Hawaii and for June Jones to mentor as a quarterback.
And he's got about 100 or so relatives and friends in the stands to watch him today here at Spartan Stadium. And he grew up in Southern California. Irvine, went to Modern Day High School, known for their basketball success. In his senior year, he was on their league title basketball team. Again, the slingshot, the sidearm are a bit low there to Ross Dickerson. So we were praising him for his efficiency, 21 of 25, but he misses on back-to-back throws, a deep one down the sideline and a shorter one, and now they face third down.
Yeah, he was throwing that off balance, falling away from it. That's the one time any quarterback is going to be inaccurate, even if you can throw on the run, falling away from it, not being able to put the arm strength into it. See him falling away here. Didn't get his balance underneath it. Because of it, that ball just drops out from him. It's like throwing a changeup.
First time either quarterback has missed on back-to-back attempts. Hawaii sit on 3 out of 5 on third down. They're a good third down offense. This is third down and 10 for Colt Brennan. Pressure. And they're going to get him. Ezekiel Staples comes up with the sack. San Jose State's second quarterback sack of the game.
Well, Justin James there to wrap up Brennan first, and then Staples coming in to finish it off. This is really kind of a coverage sack because you see Brennan has time to hit several times. Eventually, those guys are going to get free up front. Staples a little fired up there, wasn't he?
So neither team punched the entire first 30 minutes of the game. James Jones is back to return the first punt of the day. I wasn't sure that Kurt Milne had made the trip from Honolulu, but he is here. Hawaii is dead last in the WAC in net punting at under 30 yards a punt. Jones will step up, has room to go. And a nice return. He has dropped shy of the 30-yard line. A 35-yard punt by Milne, a 9-yard return by Jones.
Now, so does back-to-back punts negate your first punt prediction?
Yes.
In this case, it
I was getting to that point now. He pressed reset.
It's like matter and antimatter mixing.
Well, you Cal guys, I don't know what that means. I know punts. Matter and antimatter? I got you. How about the team that punts the most? They will lose.
Now, that's a pretty safe prediction.
Well, you don't know. Turnovers could come into play, but We had a tremendously offensive first half. And now Trafalis and the Spartans get a do-over as they punt, and their defense able to get the ball right back. Ball to the far right side of the field, and Rufus Skillern is over on the left side. And they bring a receiver to his side as well. That's James Jones. Trafalis going to roll and throw. And a catch made. And tackled after a short gain there is the wide receiver for San Jose State. That's Michael Hooper. I believe it came up with the catch.
And you would think if you're in the route and you're one of the primary receivers that you would know that where to line up. Beforehand, Hooper lined up on the far side. One of the coaches yelling from down below, correcting him, getting him out to the wide field.
Well, you got to cut him a little slack. That's his first play from scrimmage all day for Michael Hooper. He is a sophomore wide receiver out of Los Angeles. I think the fact that he's in the game is what Nicole was talking about, the injury to Jason Lance, who is a tight end, but they look at him almost like a wide receiver now. They're going to play a little Michael Hooper here in the third quarter.
Yeah, a bit of the Dwight Clark type, kind of that slot back, the wide out tight end cross, a guy who can get out in the route and run too.
3rd down and 1 coming up for San Jose State. We detailed their woes on 3rd down, the first 6 games of the year, of which they had lost 5, converting on just 22%, but they've been great on 3rd down today. They fake the pitch to Fratis. Gets off the sack, rolls and throws. Well, it's a dangerous play on 3rd and 1, and they're going to have to punt the football again. Trying to hit Broussard. Yeah, the roll, he rolled right into the pressure.
Tommy Vasamoy was not fooled at all. He's the last guy. The quarterback is left to fool him. He has to sell him with the fake, and that was a bad fake. He just never got him sold. And Moy out there to make a play and force Tafralis. Now, he still could have completed that ball.
Well, now I know why he threw it on 3rd down. He's going forward on 4th down. He wanted a big play on 3rd down. Now he's going to go forward on 4th and a foot. They give it to the fullback, Callier, and he's got the first down. The quick header to James T. Callier, a sophomore from Los Angeles' Downey High School, and he picks it up, a 1st and 10 for San Jose State.
Yeah, didn't just get the first down, but got the first down and 5 more. Great penetration, just a quick hitting dive. Give it to the big back. Let him find a hole.
Well, I like the way Dick Tomey is coaching this game today against his former university. He's the guy that put Hawaii football on the map. He was there from the mid-70s through the mid-80s. Won 58% of his games. They do the reverse, the flip. Ferguson coming back the other way. And a flag is down. This is Treston George, who plays quarterback. They brought it on offense just for that gadget play. A flag is down here. Let's see what happened.
Well, it was funny because Tafralis ended up trying to block Makaviva Ole on that, who's one of the outstanding linebackers for Hawaii.
Holding. Defense.
Wow.
Number 91.
That's huge.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
But Tafralis' block is one of the worst blocks I've ever seen. Now, granted, he's a quarterback. He doesn't practice this very often. But watch this ball swings back around. That's supposed to be the guy that Tafralis is blocking, and he ended up getting his hands directly on George.
Alama Francis, 91, is called for the defensive holding. And here's what you're talking about. Well, he tried.
Yeah, he tried.
That'll work at the sock hop tonight. They're going to have a 50-style sock hop here to celebrate homecoming weekend. Now the defensive hold on June Jones and Jerry Glanville's Warriors, and now the Spartans going big ball down the middle, and it's broken up very nicely there by Moreland, and a flag comes in again.
Pass interference. That official is looking at the backhand. He came up and put that right hand on Broussard and pulled him back, and that's what the official saw.
Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, now Moreland, as he drives on this, watch his backhand, his right hand. I don't know if we'll see it from this angle.
There we got it. Right.
See? Right there across the back of his helmet. The back judge is throwing that flag. That's what he saw. He saw him make contact early. Ball a little bit behind Broussard, but made contact, and he definitely affected that play. That's a good flag.
College football, the walk-off on a pass interference is 15 yards. Second time the Warriors have been called for it. Happened just before halftime, and now here early third quarter. 1st and 10. Trafalis out of the shotgun. with a throw out right. Catch made by James Jones inside the Hawaii 25-yard line.
And that's a way to continue to move the change. You know, as an offensive coordinator, 2nd and short is a whole lot easier to make a call on than 2nd and 7 and then end up 3rd and long. You just want to move the ball forward. Tefrell has taken a nice shot from the backside. Lono Manners coming and saying hello in that safety position.
Here's the guy they call Lobster. I mentioned earlier, is playing with dislocated fingers on both hands. Play action, rolls right into pressure, but gets rid of it. Callier, the fullback, is dropped just shy of the 1st down. Moreland again on the tackle for Jerry Glanville's Hawaii defense, and it's a very he pick up the 1st down on that? No, it's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah,
but a very manageable 3rd down coming up for San Jose State, a 3rd down and 1.
Right, good play calling. Throw the quick hitch early on. You know, getting a 4 or 5 yard quick hitch is just as good as running the ball for 4 or 5 yards. You control the clock. You keep the ball moving forward. You keep moving the chains. I think it's good play calling so far.
Ken Marjoram is doing a very nice job. Dick Tomey's offense, they run the fullback Callier, which they did a moment ago. He didn't get very much, didn't need much, and he didn't get it. They're already saying 4th down there, so Dick Tomey has another decision to make on 4th down. He has a terrific true freshman place kicker and Jared Strubeck. Do you bring him out here for about a 39-yard field goal, or do you go forward on 4th down and less than a yard, and he's going to go forward again?
Well, you know, Coach Tomey told us yesterday, he said, look, you don't want to be in 4th down, but our 4th down conversion percentage has been pretty darn good so far this year. So he said he wasn't scared to go for it on 4th down. Now we're seeing it for the 2nd time in the same drive.
And he's made the determination right from the opening kick when he went onside kick to open, and they're going to call a timeout to discuss what kind of play they're going to run. I wouldn't think he would reverse thought here and go to a field goal, but right away he has decided to go at the Warriors today, and he's trying to go again on 4th down.
You want game? This fall, ESPN Game Plan has more than 150 extra college football games. Key matchups and rivalries from major conferences. All available when you order your exclusive ESPN Game Plan pay-per-view package. It's maximum college football. To order, call your cable or satellite provider. Also available online. Order at ESPN.com, keyword Game Plan.
Do you think we crashed on this place by coincidence? We were brought here for a reason.
Do you think we're being punished?
Where are we?
Guys, you better see this.
Lose yourself in the Emmy Award-winning phenomenon.
Life's not so bad, right? I'm sure the others are coming to, like, eat us all. But we do get to sleep in every morning.
Lost. Wednesday at 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
This Tuesday at 7, again at 10 p.m. Our insiders give their take on the NorCal sports scene and the topics you're talking about. Catch Inside of this Tuesday evening at 7, again at 10 on Comcast Sportsnet, hosted by Nicole. Big 4th down coming up here for San Jose State. They just converted a 4th down in less than a yard a moment ago. They're going to toss this time, and the 4th down is picked up.
He got it in that 2nd drive. He crossed the 20-yard line. Nice second effort.
That was Al Guidry, Mike, the ball carrier, who has not played much today. Played a little bit on special teams. The first time they toss him the ball here, he's a bigger back than Ferguson at 6 feet, 220 pounds. He did not have it initially, but he used his strength to just drive for the 1st down.
That's exactly it. That second effort. And there you go. All the coaches on the sideline. They're going to help the officials with the call.
Al Guidry did start last week in their loss to Boise State. He rushed for a meager 38 yards. Now Jerry Glanville's Hawaii Warriors need to make a defensive stand here. Tefrell gets outside the pressure of Manners. Going to loop on it, out of bounds. Looking for Skiller. It was very well covered there by Moreland. Now, one thing San Jose State has done all day today, and with more success in the first half, is roll Adam Tafretis both left and right. And now the guessing game going on for Jerry Glanville, the defensive coordinator of Hawaii, is which way he's going to roll, and a big pressure to that side, because a couple of times now the quarterback has rolled right into the unblocked defender.
Right. Well, the reason that's working is because you've had play action. Your running game is working, so your play action is going to work. That's why running the football is so important.
They fake the dive, they pitch to Davis, and Davis has got a touchdown. What a call there by Ken Marjoram. A 20-yard run by Giannis Davis to give San Jose State now a touchdown to make it a 4-point game, going on 3 points. It's 31-27.
And you talked about Cantu coming in at that tackle spot for San Jose State. He had a big downfield block on this run. Giannis Davis, 2 nice moves, just to dip back underneath. See fake dive here and a pitch out to the left. Watch his first move, good stutter, and look at Cantu picking up the block, clearing the way for his running back to just get the open end zone.
Well, nice action there on that play, a clever play call, very well executed. Strubeck drills the point after touchdown, and San Jose State with a touchdown from Davis, very much back into this football game. Not too long ago, it was 31-14 Hawaii, with a late touchdown before half, and now a touchdown here mid-third quarter, and the Spartans are within a field goal.
The 2005 PGA Tour on ESPN. The best in the business. VJ, Lefty, Tiger, and the Big Easy face off against each other in the PGA Tour's finest in what promises to be the most competitive season ever. Will one of these superstars prevail, or will a new young star emerge? The only prediction is you'll witness the best golf in the world. The 2005 PGA Tour all season long on ESPN.
Say, Ran, you know ESPN Classic has a new comedy block, weeknights at 10.
What kind of shows
They got funny shows.
Good shows?
Great shows.
Who's on first?
Cheap seats.
Who?
Cheap
The
seats.
show.
Cheap
On
seats.
first.
Cheap seats.
What's on second?
Arliss.
What?
Arliss. That's what I'm asking
That's
you.
what I'm telling you. Let me see if I got this straight. ESPN Classic has a new block comedy, weeknights at 10.
Yes.
Who's on first? What's on second?
No, Cheap Seats is on first, Arliss is on
That's
second.
what I said. Who's on first? What's on second?
No, you're replacing the words Cheap Seats with who and Arliss with what. So?
Why?
I don't know.
Third base!
The Comedy Block, weeknights at 10, only on ESPN Classic.
Stop it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the main event. Will one of the legends of poker win it all? Or will the streak of unknowns continue?
Kramer wins it all. This is beyond fairy tale. It's inconceivable.
Someone will leave Vegas $7.5 million richer and become poker's next legend. But who? The World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. The main event, Tuesdays at 8 on ESPN.
Travel to the Pacific Northwest to take on the Blazers. Action begins at 6:30 with Jim Cosimer and the House Party live. And it's the Kings and the Blazers. House Party at 6:30, tip-off at 7 here on Comcast Sports Net. Young lady enjoying a beautiful fall afternoon here in San Jose, California. What a football game we have for you. San Jose State trying to break their 5-game losing streak. They won their opener for Dick Tomey, coming from behind to beat Eastern Washington here 35-24. But Eastern Washington of a Division I AA school, they have not yet beaten a Division 1A school. And they're up against the Hawaii Warriors and giving them all they can handle. Strubeck with a short type of pooch kick over the shoulder, bobble out of bounds. And that's where Hawaii will begin the drive at around their 20-yard line. A clever kickoff there by Strubeck. We've seen him kick away and pick up a touchback. We've seen him onside kick. And that's the type of kickoff we've been seeing from Dan Kelly in Hawaii today.
Yeah, taking a page right out of Hawaii's book. Just that little pooch kick. Just giving a different look on special teams.
You got to really be impressed with the way Dick Tomey has coached this football game today. 20-yard run there by Davis a moment ago with the onside kick to open the game, going forward not once but twice to extend that drive on 4th down. And now it's up to Colt Brennan to reload and fire. And he's a little errant there again with that sidearm swing, not always real accurate. Ball hit the fingertips of Dickerson, a catchable ball, but a little bit wide.
Yeah, Dickerson still should have caught that. You know, it's a little quick out pattern. You know, so many times, especially in college, guys come out of halftime and they're not as fired up. They're a little bit down, and you don't see a lot of flow to games early on. The team that picks up the flow first is the team that ends up going on to control the second half. Right now, I think San Jose State has that flow.
2nd and 10. Colt Brennan out of a shotgun. Plenty of time. And he wants a flag, the receiver does, and they will get it. Devon Best will get the pass interference called on Treston George.
Well, Best tried to come back inside of George, and George put his hand right in the center of Best's chest, so that's definitely a flag. Good call by the official.
Pass interference, defense, number 4, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And you'll see George right there holding up Best. There's no way he can get back into that ball. Good call by the official. There was a nice article in the paper actually about Treston George, kind of a do-everything athlete for him. His mother suffered a stroke while he was in high school, so he stayed here at San Jose State. When his mother went blind, she gets to come out and watch him play every day. So nice for that young man to be able to play in front of his mother here.
Inside handoff, and the Spartans swarm all over the ball carrier. Ilaoa. Chris Perry on the tackle for San Jose State defensively, along with Anthony Flores. Flores able to make the big hit. And Treston George, a delightful young man, also writes poetry. In fact, one of his poems was published on poetry.com. An electrifying football player. He has scored a touchdown 5 different ways here at San Jose State, rushing and pass receiving, kickoff return, punt return, interception return. And he also picked up a fumble and ran one back. Would have been a 6th way, but it was called back at a penalty. Well, they're all over the quarterback Brennan. 2 separate flags come in, possibly for the same violation. The umpire threw it, which would lead us to believe it was a hold on the interior line of Hawaii. Kenji Green got in and hit Colt Brennan. San Jose State playing much better defensively here in the second half. Well, they got him for a face mask.
Number 69, defense.
Kenji Green.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, well, when you get 2 flags right at the same point, generally that's it. 2 guys are seeing it. Brennan trying to take off. That's
pretty blatant.
Pretty flagrant. Actually, 2 face masks if they wanted to get them both, because after Green got him, Justin James reached in there and grabbed the face mask too.
So San Jose State only had 2 penalties all day today. They were rather playing rather Spartan, but then they commit the pass interference called on George, the face masking penalty on Green, and Hawaii has moved out to near midfield. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. 31-28 Hawaii. Colt Brennan out of a shotgun. Ball deflected, but still caught, in a first down for Chad Mocker, very near to it at the San Jose State 43-yard line. Chad Mock, a walk-on junior from Honolulu, played at Farrington High School, where a lot of these Hawaii Warriors played in high school. Talking to head coach Dick Tomey yesterday, he was talking about the state of Hawaii, and he said per capita there are more good football players playing high school football over in the islands than anywhere in the country.
Yeah, a lot of talent out there. I've played with some guys from Hawaii, extremely talented players.
Colt Brennan over the middle, and a diving catch again made by Mock. Back-to-back catches by Chad Mock. He beats Godinez over the middle, and Hawaii now deep into San Jose State territory, down to the Spartan 23-yard line.
I think the key to Coach Tomey's statement was per capita. You know, a lot of guys per body, but he also said he lives in a target-rich environment here in California, in the Bay Area. There are so many guys that can play here that it's a nice recruiting background for him here as well. Watch that great catch by Mock.
Chad Mock last week 10 catches for $147 in the score against New Mexico State, and he's going to equal those numbers, if not better, today. That's his 8th reception, dropped by Ezekiel Staples. And I like Dick Tomey's line about, I only coach in places I like to live in, and he's lived in some of the best locales in all of America. Again, that bubble screen where they bring Mock back underneath the blocking wide receivers.
Mock looking tired, isn't he? He said, you know, I got us this far. How about bringing in a little help here? Why substituted in Michael Washington for him.
There's Ezekiel Staples, the leader of the San Jose State defense, their middle linebacker, 3-time scholar athlete here at San Jose State. There's the do-it-all Ryan Grice Mullen. Well, these wide receivers are just freshmen. Chris Vetter on the tackle of Grice Mullen, who was a redshirt freshman. Devon Bess, a true freshman from Skyline High. And they've got some weaponry they can utilize for the next 3 or 4 years. June Jones likes what he has built in Hawaii.
Well, they seem to get the same guy. You know, all the receivers seem to be the same guy. Quick, not necessarily overly big, but they all catch with their hands and they all find a way to get open. So he's really recruiting from the same carbon copy mold.
And they're all good broken field runners. Nicole was talking about yards after catch. These guys are slippery in the open field. There's a 1st and 10, 13-yard line going for the end zone. And Best, did he make the catch? He does. A flag is down.
Well, it's going to be a pass interference. The official is ruling him out of bounds. I think that, I don't know, that's a questionable call to me. I think he may have been knocked out of bounds. I think he could have gotten a foot in.
Boy, Brennan cannot believe that his touchdown pass was taken away. He is just irate. A flag down on the play. They called him a field, though. No catch. He did not get a foot down.
Well, he threw a really nice ball, Brennan did. He put that ball where only his receiver could get to it. It's either his guy or nobody.
Pass interference, defense. The penalty is declined. The result of the play, touchdown.
Well, they are saying touchdown. He came down with the catch. So Colt Brennan lobbying hard. They're a bit confused over on the San Jose State defense. Chris Vetter is saying, I just said no catch, but they are going to give Devon Best the catch and the touchdown.
Well, you see, he throws a strike right there. And then
there's no question he caught the ball.
Yeah, his foot got in. And then he got knocked out of bounds. I think that side judge did not see that right foot get down right there.
And he maintains possession of the football the entire way. There's no doubt. He caught the ball. The PAT is blocked, and it's still good. They blocked it in the middle, but Dan Kelly, having a very fortunate day today, he had a short field goal attempt, hit the upright and ricocheted through, and this one gets blocked and still tumbles over the crossbar. Now Hawaii has a 10-point lead.
Well, Hawaii getting away with 2 deflections on that play. One deflection that Mock caught on the sideline, and then this deflected kick. You know, Tomey, famous for blocking field goals and PATs. Somebody got their hands up in the middle there, but not quite enough.
May have been Jerron Gilbert, who got up in the middle and was able to get a big chunk of the ball, but not enough. Well, Colt Brennan's lobbying pays off. As he came over, the initial ruling of the official, the side judge, was no catch. The officials got together as Colt Brennan really was animated in his balking of that, and Devon Best does pick up the touchdown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 8th touchdown of the year.
Well, the back judge, James Settle, came over, and it was actually, I think he overruled the call from back there because he saw the foot get down in the end zone. And it was the right call. That's what they should have done.
That's good officiating. Vern Sparling, the side judge, did not see the foot down. He saw the catch, but he thought it was out of bounds. They got together and they got the call right. That's the most important thing. And here's Dan Kelly with the kickoff. Broussard and George are back. Preston George will bobble that, and it'll be a touchback for the Hawaii Warriors. 1st and 10 for San Jose State, and Adam Tefralis from his 20-yard line. It's tough. He's playing such a wonderful game offensively, but when you're up against this offense, you can't hiccup. You have to match score for score to stay in the game.
You have to every single time you have the ball. That's why turnovers kill you. You just need to continue to be efficient, and you want to have long drives and let your defense take over. Try to get a turnover. Try to get an interception. Something that can swing this game.
Hope you're enjoying this one today on Comcast Sportsnet. Greg Papa, Mike Pawlowski, Nicole Zalumis with you from Spartan Stadium. Homecoming weekend here at San Jose State. 1-5. Dick Tomey-led Spartans up against the 2-4 June Jones Hawaii Warriors. Nice catch by Broussard. And he has dropped just shy of the first down. He fumbled the ball, but they got back on it. The ground may have caused the fumble. We'll see where they spot him down. Moreland able to get in there and make the tackle on the receiver, John Broussard.
You know, one thing Hawaii is doing, they've been burned with that play action naked boot so many times. They're leaving a linebacker home now. Somebody to get into Fraelis's face. It's a nice defensive adjustment.
2nd and 3, did fumble the ball backwards. Ferguson going to get a hit behind the line. Speaking of going backwards, and Moreland, who was having a very nice game. Tamarian Moreland making the start at cornerback as Jerry Glanville unhappy with his cornerback play able to shuffle it up today. Also, he had an injury. Kenny Patton unable to practice much this week, so he does not play today at cornerback. But Moreland's doing a nice job, and Broadway also a nice job at corner for the man in black. Well, as far as we know, Elvis is not in the building today.
Yeah, that's right.
Jerry Glanville no longer does that. He used to leave tickets at the bill call for all the stadiums he went to when he was coaching in the NFL. And no longer. 3rd down and 5. Jeffrell has plenty of time. Oh, what a hit there. James Jones got blown up by Manners, and the ball popped free. I think no catch will be the ruling. What a hit there by Manners.
Lono Manners has been bringing the plastic today. He is hitting people all day long. Remember, he got a big hit onto Fralis earlier. Listen to how loud this is. That is direct contact. That hurt my chest up here.
Well, he knew he had him lined up, and he blasted. What a hit there by Lono Manners. And here's Prather, his second punt of the afternoon. Low snap, but he gets it away. Andre Taylor back to return for Hawaii. Lets it bounce. It'll hop up in the air, and the Spartans will down it inside the Hawaii 30-yard line, where Colt Brennan and this high-powered offense will go again following a 45-yard punt and no return by Waylon Prather. Manners goes over to the sideline, and he celebrates after lighting up James Jones.
And James Jones is going back to the sideline. I don't think he's going to be doing any celebrating after that.
Jaw hurts, whole body hurts after a pop like that, but he's gonna shake it off and go right out there. Well, Nicole will be with you live on Monday at 12:30 here on Comcast Sportsnet as North Turner will talk about the Raiders game tomorrow against the Buffalo Bills. Raiders in need of a win against Buffalo, coming in with a record of 1-4. Little short throw there. Kenji Green on the tackle of Chad Mock, who was having quite a game. Now he has 9 catches for 84 yards after catching 10, plus the touchdown last week.
Kenji Green actually doing a really nice job of sniffing that out. He's a defensive end. He was out there in the flat making that tackle, so good heads-up play by a defensive end.
Yeah, he's arguably their best defensive lineman here for the Spartans. 4 years here, and a starter all 4 years out of Granada High School in Livermore. And a flag comes down. Ilaoa's got the first down across the 40-yard line, and we'll see where the flag is. And it is going to be against Hawaii. That'll negate a nice run by Ilaoa.
And Treston George out there at the end trying to make something happen. He was going after that ball, trying to strip that ball out the whole way. Very heady player.
Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Sampson got nailed again. Let's see what the left guard does here, pulling out.
Guy with all the hair there. Yeah, you're not allowed to grab jerseys and hold on like that. And anytime an offensive lineman buries somebody, not anytime, but a lot of the times, even if it's a clean block, those officials will throw the flag. I used to hear offensive linemen gripe about that all the time.
Well, much more defensive-oriented third quarter than the first half. Certainly, we're late third quarter now as Colt Brennan's going to go. No, did not fire the ball. And his arm came forward. That will be an incomplete pass. Anthony Flores, the defensive lineman, tipped that ball. Well, 3rd down coming up for Hawaii. 3rd and 18 here with 14 seconds to play in the third quarter. Flores got just a piece. He will now leave, and the Spartans will bring in an extra defensive back.
Well, one of the worries of the defense, you know, when you're going against a run and shoot team and 3rd and long, oftentimes teams get conservative on defense. They let you catch something underneath it and make a tackle. Well, these guys are used to catching it in open field and running. So if you do make that catch and try to keep them underneath you, you have to make sure that you make that tackle short of the first down.
Timeout called by San Jose State. Timeout called by San Jose State, facing a 3rd down and 18 coming up. Well, we were visiting with Dick Tomey in his office yesterday, Mike, you and I, and Nicole, and he proudly pulled out a picture of his family on his desk, and he was very proud about talking about his wife, Nicole. As he said, I am not the most famous member of my family. My wife is, huh?
That's what he said. He said that, you know, his successes, as great as they are nothing compared to his wife, Nancy Kincaid, who's a published author. She has 5 books. One of them, in fact, was turned into a movie in 2003 by Sony Pictures titled My Life Without Me. So you have a successful wife, a successful husband, and their 3 children are out changing, or 4 children, excuse me, 3 daughters out changing the world as we speak in Sri Lanka, tsunami relief. So pretty amazing family, the Tomey family, you guys.
Without question, she is a fiction novelist, his wife, and Dick, he's a very bright guy himself. There's no doubt. It was a pleasure getting to know Dick Tomey a little bit yesterday, Mike, and we are going to have a San Jose State game coming up later on. Their season finale here just after Thanksgiving against Idaho. Give this guy time, and he can turn this program back to what it once was.
Oh, I don't think can is the issue. I think he will turn it back into a great program here at San Jose State. He has that kind of ability as a coach.
3rd and 18. Win today would certainly help on homecoming weekend. Colt Brennan slings it short of the first down. They needed 18 yards, and Chad Mock will be about 9 yards shy of that. That will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So each team, well, there were 3 punts combined in that 3rd quarter. The first play of the 4th quarter will be our 4th punt of the game, as the Spartans should get the football back.
A great sportscaster once promised to tell it like it is. Not quite. Because first you have to tell it like it was. Every weeknight, Classic Now will take breaking sports news and give it to you with the deep perspective and backstory from yesterday to today and back. All in one show. I'm Josh Elliott. Join me for Classic Now, where the past is always present.
7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
Brothers and sisters. The old guard. And the next generation. College football is family. ABC is your home.
June Jones up by 10 as we start the 4th quarter. Dick Tomey hired June Jones back in '83, gave his first ever coaching job. Today is the first meeting between these 2 close friends, and you know Dick Tomey wants to get a victory.
Well, I think when you face friends, I think you want to do even better in some cases, because you just you like to beat your friends. You like to whether it's golf or football or whatever. But I have a high regard for June. He's done a marvelous job at the University of Hawaii. I had a chance to do television for them for a couple years. He was on our staff when I was there, so our relationship goes way back. We play a lot of golf together. He's a much better player than I am, but you know, I think they've done a great job with their program, and it would be a victory that we would savor and we would really relish, because we have a lot of respect for them.
Well, what a tremendous job by Kurt Milne to get that punt away. Tremendous pressure up the middle as Dick Tomey went for a punt block. And Milne with a nice avoidance there of Clarence Cunningham, and he got away a 46-yard punt for June Jones.
Yeah, great job rolling to his right and making that kick. I'll tell you this about Coach Tomey, though. He doesn't just want to beat his friends. He wants to beat everybody. You don't amass a record like his without having that competitive drive, and he's definitely got it. From golf to baseball to basketball, out here as a coach in football as well.
159 victories, number 8 currently on the active list. There's Davis on the first down carry. After he left Arizona after the 2000 season, Dick told me, as he mentioned, did some analysis on the TV broadcast for the Hawaii Warriors in the 2001 and 2002 year. Then he was hired by the 49ers, and his good friend Terry Donahue worked for them in 03. And last year he also worked for Mac Brown at the University of Texas. So he's been in some pretty good stops along the way. Hawaii, and of course the great 14 years he had in Arizona, Mike, as you well know, with that Desert Swarm defense he had with the Wildcats.
Yeah, he has made some great stops and done some great things. He actually said he didn't know much about coaching defensive lines, so went back to one of his ex-players and had his ex-player coach him up.
Nice,
how to coach the position.
Nice throw, Mike, by Tafranis. A little adjustment there to let Skillern get down the sideline. Well, he's playing terrifically well today. Rufus Skillern with the catch, 13-yard hit there.
See, Tafranis wants to get it out right away, but Hawaii rolled up into what's called a cover 2. So they're pressing the receiver up at the line of scrimmage.
And he hit that spot just off the press coverage of Lamar Broadway before the safety rolls over on the cover 2. The corner gets safety help. And you saw Tafranis just wait a little bit for him to get behind
let him clear that
Broadway, and then he hit him. He's playing well today, Tafranis. Maybe his best game of the year. Little running game helping. Davis gets wide, runs into his own teammate, Chester Coleman. And Giannis Davis, as Mike mentioned earlier, he's low to the ground, tough to tackle at 5'7", but he brings a load. They list him at 169, and you know he's more than that.
Oh, he definitely looks like more than that. He fills out that set of shoulder pads pretty nicely.
Check out those thighs. Lamar Broadway gets low on him, but he's able to spin off that hit. Now we have 13 and a half minutes to play in this football game, and San Jose State very much in it, down 38-28. 2nd and 4 on the Hawaii 47-yard line. Fullback Callier goes in motion. Tafranis comes back right, catch, first down. To the Hawaii 36-yard line goes John Broussard. Broadway with a nice hit and tackle there, but the first down is picked up.
Kenny Marjoram was telling us yesterday they're going to do some max protect stuff, keep the quarterback in. You see the quick pump fake by Tafranis. It was just a slant corner, short underneath round, move the ball, continue to move the chains, keep your offense on the field, control this game.
Tafranis really playing an efficient game. Handoff up the middle to Al Guidry. Al Guidry made the start last week at Boise State, second leading rusher on the club, 143 yards coming into the game, with a nice run right up the middle, picks up 7. What a good ground game they have had today. San Jose State, Mike, coming into the game, and it averages 98 yards rushing a game. That's number 102 in the entire nation, but they've had a very effective ground game today all day long.
Yeah, they had to really move the ball inside. Something that both Coach Tomey and Coach Marjoram said they had to do today if they wanted to have any chance in this game.
They have rushed for 130 yards today on 29 carries. 2nd and 3, play action. Tafranis going big ball, but they were off the page there. Broussard cut in, ran a post pattern, and Tafranis thought he was going to continue on a go route down the middle, but they had some pressure on the quarterback there. Lono Manners came in after Tafranis just missed there.
Well, somebody was definitely reading the wrong book, because the quarterback was thrown for the corner, the little post corner look. The receiver ran a post, so again, growing pains, new offense, new guys running in these positions. You need that.
3rd and 3 coming up. They're already in field goal range here with a great leg strength of Strubeck, and they are down at 10 points, so a field goal may come into play here. They run the option, no one to pitch to, and the quarterback Tafranis is banged out about shy of the first down by Lamar Broadway. They're allowing to go for it here on 4th down. And if you're on the sideline, Nicole, be alert here, they're coming your way. Now that's a design quarterback run there, the 360 spin and the rollout, because he had nobody to pitch to. That was not an option, that was a quarterback run. They're going for the field goal. They're going to bring in Strubeck here to try a 44-yard field goal. He has made a 46-yarder this year. He made that at Utah State. Here's the true freshman trying to make it a touchdown game. And he is true again. This guy is money. What a freshman kicker he has been. Jared Strubeck nails another. And the San Jose State Spartans here on homecoming weekend, Mike, have got a shot. They're within a touchdown now with 12-12 to play.
Yeah, that field goal really puts them in the game right now. Doing a good job on defense.
So a 38-31 game following the 44-yard field goal.
Football season is back. Gear up for the gridiron with your favorite NFL and college football apparel at ESPNshop.com. You want it? We've got it. From clothes to cleats and everything in between. So as you get ready for the new season, gear up at ESPNshop.com or call 1-800-762-1701 for a free catalog.
Please rise for our couple's first dance as husband and wife.
A great sportscaster once promised to tell it like it is. Not quite. Because first you have to tell it like it was. Every weeknight, Classic Now will take breaking sports news and give it to you with the deep perspective and backstory from yesterday to today and back. All in one show. I'm Josh Elliott. Join me for Classic Now, where the past is always present.
7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
He's now made a pair of 44-yarders is along this year. We mentioned earlier, Mike, at Utah State, where he makes a 46-yard field goal. Strubeck, the freshman. And as Coach told me, he said these would be good in the Arena League.
Yeah,
They're
Arena League,
right
they're
down
only
the middle
9
of the
feet
post.
wide, those goalposts. This is the field goal he just hit.
Right
and
down
again,
the middle.
Dead down to center. And this is how little kickers aren't taught how to hit. You can see.
That means they like him.
The big man's coming after me. Look out.
That means they like him. Well, how do you not like this guy from Rio Mesa High School? He is a true freshman, the first true freshman place kicker in San Jose State since a guy named Joe Nedney some 14 years ago. And Nedney now, and what a great career he's had in the NFL. The kicker for the 49ers. This guy's got all the weaponry. He's got accuracy. He's got great strong leg on the kickoffs, the onside kick. He's the real deal. Hawaii will begin this drive inside their 20-yard line. John Smith gets down and makes the tackle on special teams for Dick Tomey. Well, here we go, Mike. 12:06 to play in the football game, and Colt Brennan and the Hawaii Warriors have a challenge here as they have a lead of just 7 points. And he certainly has cooled off after a sizzling first half. He's still hitting a good percentage of his attempts, but just 66 yards, and they punted twice after not punting at all in the first half.
Well, San Jose made some adjustments.
5 yards from the end of the run, first down.
San Jose State made some adjustments on defense. And now, Hawaii has to find a way to come back out. Coach Tomey said never count them out because they've seen everything there is to see against the run and shoot. So San Jose State's going to have to continue adjusting and trying to keep Hawaii off balance.
That was an offsides call on number 22. Remember back in the first half, we didn't know number 22 was after he made a great play on teams. Well, now we'll single him out after a poor play. Jason Evans. But Jason made a tremendous play on special teams way back in the first half, you'll recall. Preston George on the tackle there of Devon Bess. Josh Powell, the ever-present safety for the San Jose State defense.
And just a quick little out to Bess, one of the staples of the run and shoot offense. Haven't seen him use it very much today. Now obviously making a change up in some of the play calling here for Hawaii.
2nd down and 6 coming up. Preston George and the Spartans trying to get off the field and give the ball back to Freitas. Colt Brennan, ball deflected in the air and caught by Ilaoa out of the air for a short gain. And they keep that back to his side out of a shotgun. Sometimes they hand it to him or throw it to him, and mostly he blocks. And that time, alertly, he takes the deflected ball. Actually, it's no gain in the play. It wouldn't have mattered if he caught it or not.
Oftentimes, it's best just to knock that ball down and try to come back. Make a play. You know, Ilaoa being a running back and receiver by nature, he's going to try to catch that ball when it's up in the air. but not the safest of players.
Justin James, number 95, tipped it. Mike, he's a walk-on tight end. He's playing now on the defensive line for Dick Tomey. 3rd down and 6. Big play. Rolling is Brennan. And now he's going to turn and throw, and it is taken away. Powell with the interception. And they're talking about it, and they give it to him on the sideline. Josh Powell with a big play. Took it right away from Bess.
Well, Brennan running to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. Couldn't get his shoulders around, so he ended up floating that ball. And that was just enough to allow Josh Powell to run under that thing at the last second.
A flag is down, Mike.
You see Brennan try to turn his shoulders, but he ends up floating that ball a little bit.
The ruling on the field, San Jose has intercepted the ball for a 1st down. And this is San Jose State's 2nd sideline warning.
Yeah, they came spilling out of the field after the interception.
That's the play right there that puts them right back in the game. You know, if they go back and get that touchdown, ties this game up, it's neck and neck. So obviously the play was a little over exuberant, but excellent play by Josh Powell.
Well, here come the Spartans now looking for the game-time touchdown. They intercept Colt Brennan. George got one earlier, Treston George, but he fumbled it away on the return attempt. This time they keep it for Adam Tafrelis, a sophomore quarterback out of San Bruno High School. Played 9 games last year and 3 games started it. And now handling this club as a sophomore. We're going to roll him right. He's got a man. It's the tight end, Wagee. And he bangs down to the Hawaii 31-yard line. Boy, that play has been called perfectly, executed perfectly, and it's worked now 3 times for San Jose State.
Yeah, you think we've seen that before? Keep going back to it. You know what? As long as it continues to work, keep going back to it. Just a front side zone fake and let your quarterback get out of the pocket. It does a couple things for you. As a quarterback on the run, you don't have to read all the defenders downfield. You have to see who reacted and then make your reads off of that. Makes it easier, and a lot of times guys will be more accurate on the run because they're concentrating on that throw.
Ryan Wagee now 5 catches for 76 yards. Here's Davis hopping into the hole, little stutter, and he pecks forward. Well, he's having a nice game today. Ines Davis, the sophomore from Skyline High School. Skyline being well represented today. Well, he's got to get that chin strap a little tighter. That's twice he's, but maybe he just cut his hair. Is that the problem? Why the helmet?
Well, yeah, it's hard to keep it down with all that hair underneath it, you know?
It's all right. It would work well for Jerry Glanville and the Hawaii club. They've got some long hairs on their side as well. 2nd and 4. Under 10 minutes to play in a tremendous homecoming weekend game here in San Jose. Tafrelis hands off to Davis. And he's going to be shy of the 1st down. So a 3rd down and about 3.5 coming up for the Spartans.
You know, the running game for San Jose has actually made Hawaii change up their defensive formation a little bit. They were starting off trying to keep 6 guys in the box and play a little bit of dime and a little bit of nickel early. They let some guys drop off in the pass. That last play, they had 7 guys up in the box with a strong safety who could help out. So you're seeing more players get up in the box to stop the run, which is going to open up the passing game.
San Jose's not converted on 3rd down of the 2nd half. This is the play they ran for the touchdown earlier. And there is Gidry down the sideline to tie the game. They're within an extra point of tying him at 38. What a call again by Marjoram. Same play they ran earlier for a touchdown. This time they run it to Al Gidry for a 25-yard score.
And Rufus Skiller from his receiver position making a downfield block that ended up springing that. A lot of times the blocks that you don't see are the ones that make the big difference. You know, one of the cornerstones was belief. There's Skiller. You see him make that cut on the outside. Cut number 22, Lamar Broadway out there.
There's the PAT by Strubeck to tie the game. And San Jose State has come roaring back, and they have tied this game at 38. At one point, they were down 24-7, but now they have tied the game with less than 9 minutes to go on homecoming weekend.
and sisters. The old guard. And the next generation. College football is family. ABC is your home.
One of college football's most celebrated coaches, one of ESPNU's most insightful shows. Now they're joining forces. Coaching legend Lou Holtz joins ADT College Coaches Spotlight, covering the week that was and the week ahead in college football.
I'm here because of the fans.
With all the breakdowns and press conferences.
There are no neutral observers on this game.
Lou Holtz joins ADT College Coaches Spotlight, Tuesdays at a new time, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, only on ESPN News.
This week's Dick Tomey show in particular, it's on Wednesday afternoons here on Comcast Sportsnet, Wednesday at 4:30. Mike Chisholm, the radio voice of the Spartans, with Dick Tomey, who I think is just coaching a magnificent football game today. We've detailed the onside kick and the 4th and 1s and everything, but the changes that they have made, the adjustments they've made at halftime on defense have turned this whole game around. Yeah, but not just Coach Tomey, but his coordinators as well. Both Kenny Marjoram on offense doing a great job today of play calling, and that defensive side of the ball really doing a heck of a job. You know, at 38 points, it's hard to say keeping that run and shoot and check, but they really are. Here's Strubeck. Again, the shorter Pooch-style kickoff. And Hawaii will take over to around the 20-yard line. I think Coach Tomey wants to win this football game today against the Hawaii program that he essentially put on the map. He was there from 77 through 86. He was the first coach at Hawaii to lead the then Rainbows. They were known the Rainbow Warriors to an in-season a national ranking when the 81 team cracked the top 20 in both the AP and the UPI poll. He's the guy that brought Hawaii football into Division I. He's the guy that brought him into the Western Athletic Conference, brought him into conference football, and now they are the senior member of this 9-team conference. Yeah, he's done a lot for that program. There's Colt Brennan. The receiver slipped. Chad Mock on the outcut lost his footing just before the ball arrived. And boy, we can all sense, as well as you can at home, the momentum in this football game clearly has swung to the San Jose State sideline. Yeah, that was a nice ball by Brennan, but Mock just slipping at the end. And this San Jose State team, we talked about the cornerstones of Dick Tomey football. One of them was belief. This San Jose State team is believing that they can win. Well, now they got to go ahead and win. They played some good football games. They came roaring back against Nevada here early in the month, down 20-0 at one point. They tied it, but lost it late. They're going to break through and win one today. Into coverage. Catch made. What a catch made there by Dickerson. Well, he was well covered, and Ross Dickerson still came up with the catch. Christopher Owens, the extra defensive back, was all over him but did not play the football, Mike, and Dickerson came up with a snag. Well, you know, that's known as a throw behind, and it's almost impossible to defend. If you have a receiver that can run it properly, I harken back to Andre Rison used to run that to death. You run upfield full speed, so this DB's in a trail position. He's thinking, I've got to stop him from going deep on me, and the quarterback throws it behind the receiver. The receiver just stops, and as a DB, you have to react to that. Nobody can react that quickly. The quarterback intentionally throws the ball short. There's the inside handoff again, and a short gain. Costello on the tackle of Ilaoa, who was grimacing. You see him going back to the huddle, grimacing in pain a little bit. We weren't sure he was even going to play today. He's been playing with a sprained right big toe, turf toe, if you will, but he wasn't in for the first snap of the game, Mike, but he's played every snap since, I think. He certainly played a lot out there, and he gives him that run threat as a tailback. Last week they used David Farmer against New Mexico State. And not that David Farmer's not a good back, but they felt that the rushing ability dropped off a bit. Here's the pressure into coverage, and a catch made by Bess. Well, what a pluck that was. Devon Bess returned to the Bay Area, went to Skyline High School in Oakland. That was a tremendous catch as Colt Brennan threw it into traffic, and Bess came up with what looked like a one-hand, left-hand snag there. Yeah, one-hander over there on the sideline. And then got whacked by his own receiver. I think it was Ross Dickerson that he ran into. And his receiver pushed him back and knocked him down shy of the first down, Mike. It will be 3rd down and 1 coming up. See Brennan rolling to his right. One-handed grab, and oh, there's Dickerson. 3rd and 1. Hawaii a 2-by-2 formation, 2 right and 2 left. Brennan's going to throw, of course. Slings it out. Mock makes the catch. Nicely done And he's got the first down inside the San Jose State 40-yard line.
That ball was close to being a drop. That almost came out the bottom of his hands. Did a nice job just hanging on to it in the end. Again, the throw behind. That is a deadly, deadly pass if your quarterback is accurate enough to make it. See, nice job just trapping that ball underneath, keeping it from touching the ground, getting his elbows down there.
And a 10-yard pickup by Mock puts him over 100 yards, 11 catches for 104, and it puts the quarterback Brennan over 400 yards. He is 32 for 42. He has passed for 409 yards. Last week he went for 515. He can run if he likes, but he will throw on the run. He's got Bess inside of Powell. That's a first down for Hawaii inside the San Jose State 30-yard line. Boy, Brennan really is playing well. That's a tough throw when you're rolling like that with a defender there, but he got it right over Powell into Bess's hands.
So many times with all these receivers downfield that if you start to roll as a quarterback, all the coverage lanes break down. And if your receivers are drilled at what you call the scramble rule, they can find the open lanes and help the quarterback out. And in that case, they did it right there. Just call the scramble drill, and you each choose a level and run at that level to try to find the open field.
What a magnificent football game we have for you today on Comcast Sportsnet. Hope you're enjoying it. Game tied at 38. This passing attack going to be tough to stop now. Preston George on the coverage best as he could against Ross Dickerson. Dickerson, their third leading receiver behind Bess and Bryce Mullen, came into the game with 25 receptions. And now they have moved into field goal range, and the clock, and it's 6:21 to play in the football game. 2nd and 2 for Hawaii. And 3 receivers go left, and 1 goes to the short side right. Brennan rolling right. Shovels, nobody looking, and Ezekiel Staples had a shot to intercept it. But I think even he was surprised the ball was thrown.
Yeah, trying to come back and throw that middle screen, little roll right middle screen. And Skillen was in perfect position to pick that ball off, but I don't think he ever saw it coming. It was coming out of the trees. All those big guys in front of him.
He was trying to go to the back out of the backfield. Ilaoa, he overthrew him, and Staples had one right there, but just was so locked in on Ilaoa, he didn't think the ball would hit him in the right shoulder pad. 3rd down and 2 for Colt Brennan. First down, Ilaoa bangs down to the 11-yard line. Well, that's the element of the offense they have added today. In addition to Brennan throwing for over 400 yards, Nate Ilaoa has really helped today, catching and running out of the backfield. Not a lot of yards. He has 34 yards, 10 carries, but timely yards. A big 3rd down conversion there. He's also caught 6 out of the backfield for 47 yards. So when you add it up today, he's up to 85 yards in total offense from scrimmage. 1st and 10. Hawaii inside the red zone on the San Jose State 12-yard line, trying to reclaim the lead. Brennan throws low, catch made low by Dickerson, tackled by George, and around the 5-yard line, but a flag down on the play. It's obviously on San Jose State. They want to ask Brennan if he wants to play or the penalty. Penalty,
Yeah,
they get first down over again.
Defense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
They'll take the penalty because they get first down over
Exactly.
again.
You get the yards and the down. They only got 6 or 7 yards on the play. Might as well take the 5. You're that close to the goal line. Keep the down.
Justin James offsides, trying to get a rolling start there. He's their top quarterback sacker, James, at 3.5 on the year. Now it's first down and goal, 5-yard line. San Jose State with 5.5 minutes to play. They jump again. Inside handoff, and that will be a touchdown for Ilaoa. They jumped off sides. It'll be declined, and Hawaii goes back on top by a score. Again, it was Justin James trying to start early. Jumped off sides. Back-to-back plays.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially down by the goal line, you have to be disciplined. And 2 undisciplined plays in a row by the defensive end out there, Justin James. You see him trying to get upfield, trying to make a play. but he got himself right out of position. As soon as he jumped upfield, trying to get back on sides, weight off balance, and it put him out of position. Samson Satele was actually supposed to come over there and block him. Didn't even have to touch him.
Big PAT by Kelly. Had one blocked earlier as they got pressure up the middle. It's low, but he got it high enough and over the crossbar and through, barely. And you got to keep matching score for score, and right down to the end, Adam Tefredis and the San Jose State offense match the prolific offense of Hawaii, doing it not only through the air today, but matching in a run or two, and they lead 45-38.
Is Derek Jeter the best shortstop ever?
Well, in the pantheon of Yankee shortstops, I definitely put him ahead of Scooter and Crissetti. Yeah, his limited power drags down his OPS a little, but he's still one of the most clutch hitters of all time. He turns that mean 6'4" 3, and he's got the soft hands of Honus Wagner, and even Boston fans call him Captain Intangible.
How do you know he has soft hands?
Classic Now with host Josh Elliott. 7 and 11 p.m. every weeknight, only on ESPN Classic.
If you don't have ESPN Classic, get Classic now.
Sundays, when your game is over, switch over to ESPN News for interviews, news conferences, and complete post-game analysis.
It was the right play at the right time.
The Blitz, Sundays 4 to 10 p.m. and Mondays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday Quarterback, presented by Coors Light.
You see the character of this football team.
A complete wrap-up of the NFL week that was.
When he gets you, he's going to hurt you.
The Blitz, Sundays 4 to 10 p.m. and Monday Quarterback, presented by Coors Light, Mondays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. only on ESPN News.
The whole set.
They will take on New Mexico State on November the 19th, followed by the season finale against Idaho on November the 26th. Get your tickets, 408-924-SJTX, or also get them online, sjsuspartans.com. Mike and I and Nicole will be back with you. It's a Thanksgiving weekend, the 26th, for the season finale against Idaho. Luigi calling for the fair catch on the short kickoff by Dan Kelly. Well, you look at San Jose State's next two games. They're going to be tough ones at Louisiana Tech next week. And then they go to Fresno to take on Pat Hill's Bulldogs coming up on November the 5th. So this is a huge game today. They're 1-5 right now. Well, you'd like to get this game if you can. Now, we'll see what they do, Mike. 5:26 to play, and they have to score a touchdown to tie the game. They're the next two on the road at La Tech, and match up with Fresno State before the two home games we talked about. I mean, we'll have the game against Idaho for you here on Comcast Sportsnet. So here they go. Good drive start. And a short kickoff. They go from the 32-yard line, and they're going to play action and roll. Going big ball down the sideline for Skillard. A flag or no on Broadway? No flag.
No
coverage by Lamar Broadway.
Broadway was trying to get back into play. He was trying to get, he just slipped. And because of it, Skillard couldn't get back across him, but he didn't put his hand out.
Just
See
a fly
Broadway
route.
in position. You got the hand there. But he just slipped at the end. Both guys trying to fight for the ball.
Well, they went for it. They just ran him on a go right down the sideline, the fly route, and rolled out Tefredis to that side. Second down and 10.
You know, if Tefredis throws an accurate ball, that's probably a San Jose State touchdown because Skillard had him by a step.
Now they put the two receivers in a slot right. Broussard inside of Skillard. That's the fullback Calif picking up the blitz of Moy. Roll out to Tefredis, going to run, tuck it and run. He's gutsy and tough. He is tripped up shy of the 40 and shy by 3 yards of the first down. Third down and 3 coming up for San Jose State. He is a tough guy. Marjoram said he's like a fullback / linebacker playing quarterback.
And Kamaka Viva Ole on the backside there, linebacker in great pursuit. Gets across and makes the tackle. Just a shoestring tackle, but gets across and makes it.
And here's a big play. They actually put him down back further than I thought. They mark him on the 37 mark, so it's third down and 5. He's got to throw, and he throws right in the ground. Well, he go for it now on fourth down, Coach told me.
He had nowhere else to go with that ball, and he was trying to turn around off balance, off kilter.
He's going to punt.
Or may fake punt.
Or at least he's going to bring out the punter, is the better way to say it.
Now watch him try to turn around and try to get his shoulders around and make the throw. You know, that's a hard throw for a quarterback.
Well, you hate to give them the ball back when they have the lead. This offense, Raven Prather's had a couple of nice punts today, a 43-yarder and a 45-yarder, and he will punt the ball away, and it's a beauty. A nice high spiral. That'll be fielded, and what a hit! What a hit on the 5-yard line by Clarence Cunningham. What a hit that was.
And not just a great hit, but great timing. He slowed down. He didn't want to interfere with the catch, but he took a slow step just before he made the hit, and then he exploded. See him slow down?
Boy.
Nice play. Great special teams play. That's exactly what Coach Tomey's looking for out of his guys on special teams. He said, we'll give you a rest on offense or defense, but special teams you have to go. That's how important it is.
And Clarence Cunningham plays terrific special teams. He blocked a punt earlier this year for Coach Tomey. Andre Taylor got blasted, so Hawaii must start from their 10-yard line with 4:28 to play. San Jose State only has one timeout left. Sidearm throw to Bess. And George will put him down shy of the first down, but a good pickup of 8 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 2.
And Brennan's doing a nice job of not just working the offense, but working the front side. You know, he started off to the right on that play. He looked to the right, there was nothing there, and came back to the left side. You always have something underneath that you can come back to in the run and shoot. Found the slant. He's just doing a nice job of managing the offense as a quarterback.
3 receivers go to his right, 1 goes left. We've seen this formation quite a bit today. Ilaoa is to his left out of the shotgun. Colt Brennan on a 2nd and 2. Little high, but a tremendous catch made there by Ryan Grice-Mullen. Pulling it down, he took the hit. Well, these receivers are terrific. Josh Powell, the safety lurking, and Grice-Mullen goes up high, catching the ball with his hands.
Well, Grice-Mullen made a huge catch in the back of the end zone against New Mexico State. He can just go up the ladder and make the catch. But all these guys do a great job of catching with their hands the first time. The ball hits their hands and they secure it. I mean, a hit like that would have separated a lot of players from the ball, but Grice-Mullen doing an excellent job of holding on to it.
And all 3 of these receivers, Mock, Bess, and Grice-Mullen, again over 100 yards receiving. What a trio they are. Fumble! Free ball! Ilaoa tried to get back on it. Let's see.
Well, Mackie Costello, I think, was the first guy on that ball, but Ilaoa actually ripped it away from him as they started to roll. Costello had that ball to start off.
Ilaoa is so strong, he will fumble the inside handoff, the wraparound.
Well, Brennan never got it to him, but look, Costello was the first guy on top of that ball, and Ilaoa rips it back from him.
Maybe the biggest play of the game there. Costello got there first, you're exactly right, Mike, but as he rolled over, Ilaoa took it away. A loss of 7, 2nd and 17, 2:40 to play in the game. Inside handoff again, Ilaoa gets out right, they trip him up. It'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up. Spartans have 1 more timeout to use. They elect not to use it here. 2.5 and rolling to play in the football game.
I mean, pretty obvious to say, but San Jose State needs to force a punt or a turnover on this set of downs if they want to get back in it. If they let Hawaii get a first down, Hawaii can effectively run the clock down to almost nothing.
Yeah, with just 1 timeout left, they would not be able to do much with it. Play clock now at 10 for Brennan as he breaks the huddle. 3rd and 12. If San Jose State's going to get back into this game, they've got to get off the field here. Play clock at 2. 1 just beats the snap. Brennan into coverage, deflected by George, and San Jose State will force a punt.
Yeah, Treston George doing a nice job of getting up and just getting a hand on that ball. Headsy play by a corner because he had to cover the flat to start off. He had to come up and stay flat, but he was reading the quarterback's eyes. He knows that this offense likes to throw the corner. So Treston George started flat and then came back, reacted to the corner, and just got his fingertips on that ball.
Now they've got 10 guys up on the line. They've got 8 in the middle going for a block here. against Kurt Milne. And Milne will get it away. Jones will not even touch it. It'll bounce at the 40. It'll take a San Jose State roll back outside to around the 30-yard line. They've got time. They've got one timeout remaining and 1 minute and 43 seconds to play in the game. A 33-yard punt there by Kurt Milne. And now the emphasis goes away from June Jones and over to Jerry Glanville, the defensive coordinator of the Hawaii Warriors, as he's got to come up with one stop to win this game.
Well, now San Jose has to be really smart about clock management as they move down. You want to get the biggest chunks you can, but you think about it, you're going to be passing the football because an incomplete pass stops the clock, and trying to get your receivers out towards the sideline. They have to move 70 yards for this touchdown.
John Broussard comes out wide right. Rufus Skillern goes to the short side left. Play action. And a throw over the middle of the tight end. Wagee is wide. 2nd and 10 coming up.
You know, that's something I've noticed about the San Jose offense. As you watch them on film, they're running play action late in the game, and it's got to be a protection thing. They only have a certain protection out of play action, so they're using that. But nobody's falling for that. I mean, who thinks they're going to run the ball inside at this time with an ISO? They're just using it for protection, but it would be better just to let the quarterback give up the fake and keep his eyes downfield.
And he goes under center, and Justin Faysinger, 2nd and 10. Collier, the fullback, in motion for protection. Tefranis now going to tuck it and run, and he's not going to pick up a whole lot there. Half the defense will swarm him and jump on him at around the 32-yard line. And a timeout called by Dick Tomey. It'll stop the clock with 1:26 to play in the football game. So a big 3rd down coming up for San Jose State. Although, Mike, obviously they're in 4-down territory. If they don't get it on 3rd, they're going to go for it on 4th.
Yeah, they have to go for it on 4th. 1:26 left. You have to do something big. You have to score a touchdown here. Well, good job. A bit of a coverage sack action for San Jose State. You see it, just a 3-step drop. Nobody there. He has to hold the ball.
That's Tony Akpin coming up with the tackle.
He did the right thing as a quarterback. You either throw that ball away and stop the clock, or you take it and run it as a quarterback, try to get the first down, and Akpan doing a nice job coming back. So Tony Akpan, actually a basketball player when he started off at Hawaii, played basketball for 2 years. He's from Nigeria.
Yep, and June Jones was lobbying with some NFL scouts at his workout yesterday at De Anza that Akpan can play in the National Football League. He thinks of all the people on his roster, and he's got some pretty talented people. He thinks that Akpan could play in the NFL if a team takes him and puts him on the practice squad.
Well, he hadn't played football prior to 2 years ago, so he's really raw at this game.
Here's a 3rd and 8, Mike. 1:28 to play in the game. They've been good on 3rd down, at least in the first half. Not so good second half. They've got to pick one up here late. Again, the play action, the roll, and a throw downfield. Wagee, the tight end. He caught it and then lost it. What a hit there by Broadway, I believe.
Yeah, that's a catch. He had that ball when he hit the ground. That's definitely a catch. And they went right back to the well. That same play action with the tight end crossing the field. And Wagee took a shot, paid for that one.
Wow, what a hit by Broadway. It is a catch, and it's not a fumble either. As Wagee makes the catch, takes the hit, and then the ground causes the fumble.
That was actually, if you watch the replay, it's out of his hands. That's really close to not being a catch.
Well, if you had a replay in this conference, you would look at that, because that would be.
It was close.
I think he didn't have the clear possession long enough, but they snapped the ball. Forget about that. We're on to the next play, and now it's 2nd and 10. Now watch Wagee. Does he put the ball away? No, he doesn't have it there.
You know, if you consider it trapped against his body there, then he's got it. But that's a close call. That one could have gone either way.
Good football on both sides. Wagee to juggle the ball into his body. Broadway with a tremendous pop. Lamar Broadway, who makes the start at cornerback today for the injured Kenny Patton, playing a nice football game. 2nd and 10. What a game we've had. Almost 1,000 yards worth of total offense combined by these two schools. And 1,000 may win it, but he threw it away. Boy, what a mistake there. Just threw the ball directly away and intercepted by Hawaii to essentially end the game. He was trying to hit Broussard. A flag does come down on the return. Brandon Matano came up. It was Porlas. Pardon me. Porlas comes up They have two number 30s on their club. It's Dane Porlas, the redshirt freshman from University of San Diego High School down in Southern California. And we assume that the penalty flag is on the return, so the interception should stand, and that would end the football game. Well, he had Broussard open, it looked like, and he threw the ball directly to Porlas.
Well, he either made his read too early or his receiver made the read too late. The receiver was way downfield and hadn't made his decision yet. And Tafrelis turned around. He was ready to throw. And so rather than waiting the extra step, you know, he's had some pressure today. He got rid of the ball early.
After the interception and during the return, illegal block below the waist. On the returning team, number 67. 15-yard penalty. Hawaii retains possession. First down.
So you see Tafrelis turns around and he's ready. And his receiver hadn't made up his mind yet. Tafrelis just throwing it to a spot downfield, and obviously a bad decision.
And here's the penalty as they go at Tafrelis. They try to cut him.
Well, those big guys are always picking on quarterbacks after an interception. Isn't it bad enough that you already threw the pick?
No, it's the ender there for Dane Porlas. He comes up with the big turnover. And they'll look back on this game and count those 4 turnovers. And Tafrelis, Mike, had a couple of them himself. They go back early in the game, and he fumbled trying to jump in on the 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line. A huge fumble going into the end zone. And obviously this one at the end of the game. But I mean, kind of our theme today, the record's going to fall to 1-6, 6 straight losses. They're 0-4 in the WAC, but there's no question that Dick Tomey has this program heading in the right direction, and they got good play from the quarterback today.
He did. He got better play from the quarterback, really established a running game. I think that's huge for them. Having a running game is going to make a big difference for the San Jose State team. Dick Tomey, remember, he only got 2 weeks to recruit when he first came in, and his recruits are true freshmen this year, so he's going to continue to recruit guys that fit his system. But the guys that he has right now are believing him and are playing extremely hard.
Yeah, he was hired 4 days after Christmas last December. And Dick Tomey in his first ever matchup against June Jones will go over and congratulate the guy that he gave a break to. He hired him back in '83 as the quarterback's coach at Hawaii. And June Jones, boy, he had to fight hard. He knows that he had a battle today. What a great football game. Colt Brennan throws for 457 yards, Mike, and they needed almost every single yard in the late interception by Porlas to hold off San Jose State.
972 yards in the last 2 games for Colt Brennan. He's going to be competing for WAC Player of the Week this week for offense as well.
I'm a WAC Player of the Month. I think October is the month of Colt Brennan in the Western Athletic Conference.
You want game? This fall, ESPN Game Plan has more than 150 extra college football games. Key matchups and rivalries from major conferences. All available when you order your exclusive ESPN Game Plan pay-per-view package. It's maximum college football. To order, call your cable or satellite provider. Also available online. Order at ESPN.com, keyword Game Plan.
You think we crashed on this place by coincidence? We were brought here for a reason.
Do you think we're being punished?
Where are we?
Guys, you better see this.
Lose yourself in the Emmy Award-winning phenomenon.
Life's not so bad, right? Sure, the others are coming to, like, eat us all. But we do get to sleep in every morning.
Lost. Wednesday at 9/8 Central. Only on ABC.
On ESPN Radio.
1st and 10, Irish at the 25. Throw to the near side. Go ball. Down the sideline. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Irish. His 4th touchdown of the game. 24-yard touchdown pass. And the 6th touchdown pass of the game for Brady Quinn.
Outside that, he did nothing. That was Tony Roberts on Westwood 1. Notre Dame wins in a walk, 49-23.
These two schools combined for over 950 yards of total offense. Hawaii over San Jose State at the end by a score of 45-38. Despite all the touchdowns, all the offense, there were some great defensive plays and some pretty big hits. One of those was turned in by Lono Manners, and he's downstairs now with Nicole.
Oh, big hit is an understatement. Lono, that was a big hit on your part. Pull off the win.
Well, I just was at the right time, at the right moment, and he was there, and I did my job, and hit him, like, obvious.
How did it feel when you hit him?
It felt great. It hyped our crowd, so whenever you have the crowd behind you, then it makes your whole team stronger.
You know, this was a very emotional game for both coaches going into this. A lot of history with these teams. From your end in Hawaii, coming into this game, you guys travel out here. What were you guys all thinking entering it?
Just a W. We came out here to win, and we did win 45-38.
Your coach, how did he prepare you playing against one of his good friends, Tommy, out here? Any tips?
Coach Granville just did his job. He did his counters for the offense, and I'm just glad we came out and win.
All right, Lono, congratulations. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Nicole. Nice job with Lono. A man of few words, but big hits and timely hits there. And he had the score right, 45-38 Hawaii.
Chosen in next year's NFL draft. So Brady Quinn, we knew he had the talent, John, but Charlie Weis has been a huge factor, not only in his success, but in the success of the Notre Dame offense.
I don't think there's any doubt that while this is a good thing with Brady Quinn performing like he did, obviously that's good if you're a Fighting Irish kind of person. But when he goes out and performs like this, after the way he performed last week against USC, after the way he's performed this entire season, I'll tell you this, junior Brady Quinn is unlikely then to be senior Brady Quinn.
You don't think he's coming back?
Unless he follows the exception, Matt Leinart. Most of the time, you know, when you just got to wonder, you got to look at this as leverage, Freddie. You know, that's what you got to look at. In the business world, where's your leverage? Brady Quinn's leverage may never be bigger than it's going to be after his junior year. You could say the same thing for Matt Leinart. He's the exception, not the rule. Is he going to be the new trend? Maybe. Maybe Brady Quinn wants to come back and finish up school. Maybe he does. Who knows? I'm not going to besmirch him for that. But the thing is, though, the NFL, he's playing football in college for a reason. So he could play on Sundays, right?
That would be the case because the kind of ability that he has.
And considering the ability that he has and the numbers he's put up this year, you would think a whole lot of NFL head coaches and general managers would like to see Brady Quinn throwing footballs for them. Maybe the Miami Dolphins.
519 total yards. San Jose State, Mike, and losing 432 yards, but they're going to look back on their 4 turnovers today.
Yeah, well, turnovers always kill you in a football game, and especially the turnover at the end. Dane Porlas making a nice play, but really a bad decision by Tafraelis to make that throw down the middle of the field. You know, they come together as an offense, but the little things always kill you.
All right, so that's going to wrap up our broadcast today. For those of you watching in Sacramento, stick around for House Party Live with Jim Kozimor and then Sacramento Kings basketball up in Portland. For Mike Pulaski and Nicole Zalumis, I'm Greg Papa saying so long from San Jose, California. This has been a production of Comcast Sportsnet. For more information, including upcoming schedules and events, log on to ComcastSportsnet.com. 45-38, Hawaii rocking San Jose State today on Comcast Sportsnet.